Good morning, everybody. Lovely creative ladies or people. This is June from Oakham Witch Lane Designs, and it is 7:46 a.m. in New York on Long Island. We are getting a blizzard. So I don't know how long I'm going to be able to go live, but I figured, you know what? This is what happens when I wake up in the morning. Every morning I'm trying to figure out where the camera is because I'm on my laptop, because I'm up in the living room or at the kitchen table, whatever, even though the kitchen's over there. uh, I get up and I start creating, and I'm in the middle of a project and I wanted to get it done, and I didn't want to wait till later on today, because after I have to go out and do a little shoveling. My kids have been doing a lot, and once the storm finally stops, hopefully, don't know how many inches we have out there, but it's not looking pleasant. We have a lot of inches. It's not like a 2-inch thing. There's lots there. Big inches here. I'm not going to really feel like going on later tonight. We have a snow day from school, and I'm just going to finish up a project that I was working on, that I'd love to talk to you about. It's a little silly thing, but it's fun. And so let me get started. No, I'm not going to pull up my YouTube chat, because who the heck is up at this hour in the morning? But see, I'm squirreling again. What I usually do when I don't have to go anywhere or to go to school or go out is I'll get up, I'll make myself a nice hot cup of coffee, which I have right here, which I absolutely love. And I just go downstairs and start creating or crafting or doing stuff, because I find that, hey, Neekin, how are you, sweetheart? Hi. Um, Good morning. I don't know. I know you're not in my time zone, so maybe it's good afternoon, but hi. Uh, let's see, what was I saying? I go downstairs and I start crafting, because I find in the morning is when I have the most patience, and when I could really start working and getting into something. When I come home from work, I'm pretty much drained, even though my job isn't exactly tedious or tiring, or I'm not really responsible for a lot of stuff. It's still draining. So I love the summer. I very rarely, and the only reason why I love the summer is because I hate hot weather, is I love the summer because I can get up, go downstairs, have my cup of coffee, and before I know it, and I usually wake up at around 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, but before I even know it, it's like 12, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and I have had, time just flies, and it's a wonderful thing. So I have a lot to get to this morning, but I did bring some stuff up here with me, because, I usually work downstairs. I'm going to try to flip the camera around, so that I can start showing you things. It's 13 here at the moment. That means it's almost 2 o'clock in the afternoon, Neekin. So let me switch down. Okay, let me get that down first. Which one is it? It's this one. Oh, and it's crooked, because we're ready, we're always ready to go. Maybe I should have done it differently. Let's see. I'm sorry if I'm getting you dizzy. I'm going to move my laptop over a little bit. Hopefully nothing falls down. You're going to see a lot of stuff. I don't like crooked. Okay. All right. I know I've talked to you guys, ladies or guys, before, but one of my favorite, when I was a young girl, one of my favorite illustrators was Arthur Rackham, and this is one of the books that he illustrated, one of the stories, The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, and this particular story was in a let me, oh, why am I still in settings? Hold on. Good, I'm glad. Thank you, Nathan. I had a book of fairy tales given to me by my godmother, and each story was illustrated by a different illustrator. And this particular story, especially since it does happen in upstate New York, because there is such a place as called Sleepy Hollow and Tarrytown in New York. I just absolutely loved it. And the watercolors that he did, uh, are so fabulous that it inspired me to start watercoloring and to copy his like Christmas cards. I used to copy Christmas cards and things like that. This is one of my all-time favorite, The Nightmare with Her Whole Ninefold. I love this illustration. And there are other illustrators that sort of are in the same style as he is, but the way he drew creatures and just like the thinness of bones and the largeness of the hands, I just absolutely adored it as a child growing up. It was very magical for me. Hi, Carla. Good morning, honey. Oh, I got two morning people. Well, it was a long time before another illustrator, and I brought everything up here, really caught my imagination, and gave me like bursts of creativity. And the next person who did that was Tony DiTerlizzi, and this was the Spiderwick Chronicles. And there was 5 books in there, and I just absolutely loved his illustrations. I don't know if like I can flip through the book for copyright reasons and stuff. I don't want to get in trouble. But this story, this 5-book story on these kids that their father left them, so the mother brought them up to their aunt's home. That's a little spooky upstate New York. Was just fabulous. And one of the creatures that I absolutely loved was this little guy, and he's called Thimbletack. And I don't know if you can see it, I fell in love with this little guy. And what I did was I made 2 of them. The first, I know my camera is autofocusing. I don't know how to fix that. But this is my second one because the first one fell down. So I made a Thimbletack. And if you read the story, you'll understand about the mice. So this is something that I did. I enjoyed even this, making it the second time. I never usually make anything twice. But when my first Thimbletack fell and broke into many, many pieces, I decided that I needed to have a Thimbletack in my house. And I don't have really a lot of pieces that I keep, but this happens to be one of them. And this is a combination, and this was before I was needle felting. That's the reason why the mice are made of polymer clay. But it's a combination of polymer clay. This is a sock, which Thimbletack is dressed in the story. This is some old leather. One of the things that I try to do is, even if I find a leather glove on the street, I'll pick it up, I'll bring it home, I'll wash it because I don't care what at that point, I'm just looking for the more character, the better. And I use like gloves to make old gloves because the leather is very thin, so it matches the scale of the creatures that I do. So just to go back a little bit in the story, and then we'll get crafting and I'll stop yakking, is that Tony DiTerlizzi and his wife, his lovely wife, I follow them on Facebook. And when we started first on the lockdown, because we were quarantined, and I guess they were too. My kitchen table has so much stuff on it right now. He went on the air on Facebook Live for like an hour every day, just to connect with people, because I thought it was a really sweet thing to do. Thank you, Carla. Thank you, honey. I thought it was a really sweet thing to do, that he just wanted to connect with his fans, and to give maybe some lightness to, thank you, Carla, give some lightness to the horrible stuff that we were going through. I've told many people before, I'm 63. I have never been through anything that I've been through this year, and I don't even think my mother was through a quarantine or this kind of crazy thing going on with this disease. So he went on almost every day, I think, for quite a few months, just for an hour, and he would draw and he would do this and he would do that. So and then he stopped because things started lightening up a little bit, and um, people were going back to work and stuff. But we made a fan club on Facebook called Drawn to Fantasy, and now what he's been doing is like every Saturday or Sunday he'll go on for an hour or so and do some stuff. So not this past weekend, but the weekend before, they were kidding around because most of the people that follow them are illustrators, because that's what he is. And but I do things in 3D. I don't draw, or not for, I draw, but it's just sort of to give me ideas of what I want to do or how to figure or how to do something. But he said that he wanted them to do like a creature, sort of like for the holidays. So now, finally, after all that chat, I decided to make this little guy. And he is nothing like how I started or wanted to make him. I was thinking of something totally different, but this is what came out of how it developed. Now, he is on an armature wire, which usually I don't make my armatures move. If I'm making a creature, they're pretty much stable, even if they are on armature wire. So I just I don't know, he just sort of developed into different things. But there's a lot, I figured I'd go on here because there's some things I have to fix. And I have to add a little bit more clay to the bottom of his hands. I have to needle felt another one of these things so I could show you how I did that. I have to fix his face. So this is going to be very interesting because I did not do the mirror thing to his face, and this side is a little bit less than that side, and I should have done the mirror thing. And what I mean by the mirror thing is that anytime that you sculpt a face, before you bake it, you should look at it, put it in a mirror, or make a face a mirror, and that way you can see what it really looks like and you can see the discrepancies. So I didn't do that until after I painted him and put some chalk on his cheeks. So this might be a little interesting if I'm going to be able to get this quite right, but we're going to see. It's only for me. I'm not going to put it for sale, although when my daughter saw it, she was like, oh gosh, she's not really sure about this one. But we're going to start with doing that because my oven is on, and so I'll just start fixing him. Thank you, ladies. Thank you, my two, well, Nikan isn't an early bird, but thank you for joining me on this morning. I hope that you're not getting snowed in. And this, I don't know if I said it, but we've been losing power. We might lose power, so who knows what's going to happen. Okay, so when you've already put paint and or chalk on a sculpture and you want to fix it by putting more polymer clay over it, you have to remove it. And what I do for that is I take acetone, which is right here, and I use a Q-tip and gently start just taking it off, and it'll come right off. I don't know if you can see that. If I hold it up, maybe you can see the difference. Or maybe I should just pull this down more so I don't keep moving it up and down. Just rain and more rain. Nikan, tell you the truth, I would prefer rain. I hate this. I hate snow. One of the reasons why I wanted to leave New York was because I cannot, and it's not that I don't like the idea of people driving in it. And now that both of my kids are driving it. I don't like driving in it. And I especially don't like my kids driving in it because, tragedies strike, and I'm hoping to get through life without any more tragedies happening. Major tragedies. Okay, so I was able to remove, and you could see it pretty good on the screen. It's not that much of a difference here, but the screen really shows how lighter it is because I took off all the paint. Now, I'm bleaching the cheekbones. Now, what happens here, let's see. Let's get that. This is what I put every time I do a face. And this I was taught. This isn't something or I learned about. This is not something that I dreamed up by myself. But whenever you do a face, you should always, after it's sculpted, you should always put, and this is Deco Art, raw umber, a wash of raw umber all over the clay, and then wipe it off because it gives the polymer clay a tone to it that makes it look more realistic. Okay. I also have to do the bottom of the hands. Acetone, if you've a little bit of vertigo here. I'm sorry, is it because it keeps going back and forth? I really don't even know how to fix that because now I can't because I always set it so that it's not on auto. So I'll try to keep everything down and not keep moving it. But getting back to this, acetone takes the finish off of everything. So don't lay this down on your wooden tables. It will take the top finish off. It's nail polish remover. That's what acetone really is, without the perfumes or scents in it. So it's pretty destructive to tables and stuff. So just put it on something that it can't ruin. Okay, now getting over to the polymer clay. So this is my polymer clay, and I'm only going to need little pieces of it. And this piece, see, I have a chunk over here. This piece has been pretty well mutilated. I do have my alcohol, but I don't have anything. Okay, usually before, hold on, I'm coming back. It's on the other side of the table, but I couldn't reach it. Before I start working with polymer clay, I usually try to clean my hands. So I'm just spraying them with some alcohol because polymer clay picks up everything. Now with all the stuff that I brought up here to do this with, I did not bring up a paper towel. So hold on. Sorry, ladies. I'm coming right back. If you've watched any of my videos, you know that I always forget to bring something with me when I start creating these things. Always. It doesn't matter. I always forget something simply because with all the stuff that I have to bring, especially when you're doing 3 different things, if you need a felting polymer clay, and then I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with the wings. Yeah, we never get snow. Yeah, where'd the clay go? Oh, over here. All right, so I clean my hands, and there is some like crummy stuff here. So I'm just going to take those pieces off, and you just knead it. I'm looking to see, this has some red fuzz in it because this was when I was needle felting and having a sip of coffee too. See, the problem I have is that I don't like hot weather. I'm like a 30s to maybe a 70s person. 70-degree person, I don't like hot weather at all. So I don't know where to go to move, where their degrees are 30 to 70. And I don't mind if it gets colder than 30 degrees. I just don't like this. And all right, little snow or, dust everything off, but it doesn't go on the roads, that's fine. But right now the plows keep coming and they're plowing us in. So it's just amazingly annoying. But whatever. Okay, that's enough on the weather. I still have heat and we still have electricity because it flashed on and off before because all of my clocks that are on electric were all off. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put, hot weather causes me pain, is I'm going to take a little of this liquid polymer clay. This is Fimo liquid polymer clay. Fimo liquid polymer clay. It's the one I like the best for, it's clear. It dries absolutely clear. It looks a little translucent there, but it does bake, not dries, bakes clear. Oh, okay, good. Neekin, you can lurk. It's fine, sweetie. If you're working too, it's good. It's all good. Isn't it nice that we can all be creative together and do things? So, Carla, how are you feeling? How have you been feeling? I had shifted my duties, my safety director duties, or were you the demerit person, over to you, but I haven't seen you because, when everybody says, oh, that I decided I'm retiring as a safety director, unless absolutely necessary. Oh, I'm squirreling, and there's only 3 of us here. You see, could you imagine when there's more? The reason why you put the liquid polymer clay on it is because that will be like the glue that holds together the baked clay and the raw clay. So I'm just trying to get his cheekbone out a little bit because it just looked funny to me in the mirror. Just to get it a little bit out more. And what I'm also trying to do is blend it in on the sides and not get the fiber from the needle felting in here. So we're going to do this first, and then we're going to work a little bit on his hands. We're going to work a little bit on his hands, and then we're going to bake him because I'll work on his wings. Now I make simple wings. Usually I've seen people that make the most glorious wings. I don't want to say I'm jealous because it's not really that. It's more like I wish I can do that. But making glorious wings takes a long time. And one day I will try to make really pretty wings. I've made a lot of wings in the past, and basically they are very simple wings. But there is one lady who I absolutely, and she owns the shop. Her name is Judy, and I've mentioned her shop before. It's called One of a Kind Artist Emporium. I've also put the links in there. She sells sheets of butterfly wings, dragonfly wings, on acetate, which is clear, and I think vellum, which is the one that is translucent. And you could buy a sheet of wings, and she has all different sets and sizes, and you can use her sheets to make wings. And if you sometimes click on the, oh wait, I'm not in screen, shoot. If you sometimes click on the pattern that you want, it'll switch you over to how she used it to make wings. And it's just they're just breathtaking. And one day I am probably going to try to do exactly what she does, copy her, because that's the only way you learn. I'm not going to say it's my original design. I never, I don't steal people's designs because that's ugly, and not right. But just to see how she does it. So sometimes you have to copy somebody to see how they do it, and then so you get the feel of it, and then you have the opportunity to the next one that you do make it your own, because you've already went through the steps, because I think she has a step-by-step instruction, or at least I have one of them, a step-by-step instruction on how to do it. And once you do one of those, then you can always go and it'll stir your own creative juices. So I'm sorry, I can't see. Okay, good. No, not a lot of chat. Excellent. Because I have my glasses off because my glasses are for far. So even though where my computer is, it's not that far. I can't see it, but I don't like wearing my glasses for close work. Okay, now that's sticking out a little bit, so I can smudge it down a little bit, because I don't want it to look, and get that down just to make it. Let's try to smooth them out and not get any of the fiber. But if you get fiber or dirt on the top layer of your polymer clay, especially on these light clays, they show every single piece of lint, dirt, anything. I mean, it's amazing how they get really messy. When it's baked, you rub it with acetone, and that'll take off the top layer. I like to rub things with acetone anyway, because I find, and I don't know if I'm going to explain this right, but when polymer clay bakes, the top layer is sort of like a film or a scab or something. I don't know, but it takes, and acrylics run off of it when you put acrylics on it. If you're doing light washes, they beat up and run. So if you do that, if you take your acetone and rub it all over everything really gently, because you don't want to remove all of the detail that you put in your sculpture, it takes that top layer off, that oily, it's not oily, whatever, the protective layer off, and then your paints that you put on stain the clay better, especially if you're doing washes, which a lot of the time I'm doing now. And even if I was painting heavy, to change the color of the clay, because I've made a decision that I don't really need a lot of different color polymer clays, because I am not a cane worker. I don't make those canes. I can do with maybe 3 or 4 different polymer clays: black, translucent, Caucasian flesh tone, and ecru. And of those 3, with all the paints and other supplies that I have, I can change the polymer clay to be anything I want. And because of the ecru, when you use ecru, which is like, a beige or a light tan, I find I like that better than using stark white, especially when I'm using alcohol inks, because the stark white, I don't know, it's not as rich. It doesn't give as rich background to the color, especially with alcohol inks. And I'm missing chat, so hold on. Fighting a couple of infections, started on meds for Okay. Okay, well, caller, I hope that you're a resist. Thank you. I hope that you're going to feel better. I know now is, I don't know how everybody feels, but now is not it's a scary time not to feel well. Now, I like that a little bit better. It might be a little bit bigger than that side, but because I don't know about you, But every time I have a cough, or, there's been a couple of times where my stomach was upset. I mean, I knew what was happening because I knew there was a snowstorm coming. But if I didn't know that it was a snowstorm coming, I would have been like panicking that maybe, I caught the lovely disease that's going around. Lovely disease. I really shouldn't say that. The horrible disease, because lovely was sarcastic. But in case someone doesn't, the horrible disease that's been going around, and I just have been doing my best not to. Um, I wear 4 layers of masks because I do work in a school. I have like a fabric mask that's 2 layers, and it has a slit on the side. So I put in one of those paper masks, the ones that's white on one side, blue on the other. So I put that in between the two. The cases are starting to rise in New York again. So it's just very, and then, sometimes members of the family get exposed to it. So for the past, and we don't know, just because you were in the same room with someone that has it, you don't know. But for the past week, we've been wearing masks in the house. And the minute they get up, I'm probably going to have to put a mask on, which is another reason why I'm doing this early in the morning. I can sit here and talk to you mask free. Now it looks a little bit bigger than the other side, but you know what? I'm just going to try to press it down just a little bit more, and then it'll be okay. If it's a little bit bigger, again, this is just for me. And we're going to put them on the tree. Okay. So now, because he's movable and he's not holding anything, I don't like the bottom of his hands. They just need a little bit more, I don't know, just something fixed. It just doesn't look right to me. So I'm just going to put some liquid polymer clay on the bottom of both of these. So Carla, have you been doing some creative work at all? And Nikan, what are you working on? Yeah, I watch my governor too. A lot of people here in New York are getting, hey, Telly, good morning, sweetheart. Good morning, hon. Are you going to listen to us on the way, or? A lot of people here are not liking him. Okay. I don't know. I like him for the most part because this is sort of like, well, it's my opinion. When there are times of trouble, I like when people in government or leadership are talking to us. Oh, good. I'm great, Telly. We have Carla and Nikan. I'm coloring with my gel in a. Oh, Carla, I wish you would post some of the things you do so we could see them, but that's wonderful. Steampunk with gel pens. That must be fabulously beautiful. That I'd like to see. If you would ever post it anywhere or private message me, that would be nice if you don't want to post it, because you know how I love to see other people's work, what they're doing. Telly said hi to all the ladies as she's taking her son to school. She's listening. Well, getting back, I am not good. You know what? And this is a judgment-free zone. You know that, Carla. Just to finish the governor story, because I know I've been squirreling again, and I really was saying, this morning, stop squirreling on all of your stuff. You sound crazy. I like people that are in power when we are in the middle of a crisis. I like seeing them. I don't know why. And because he was on he was on every day, I think, when the virus hit us in the early part of the spring. I felt that at least somebody who was in control was around. Now, I know that other people are around and other leaders are around and they're doing things behind the screen, but I just like knowing that they're there. It's really silly because when the World Trade Center um, was hit, I remember now, uh, Giuliani was the mayor of New York, and Giuliani is a crazy person, to my opinion. Nice man, whatever. I don't know. Just in my opinion, don't think I'm offending him because I don't think any of Giuliani's people will be watching this show. But I can always remember him that he must have gave press conferences 2 or 3 times a day because at the beginning nobody knew what the heck was happening. It was very, very scary. Planes were not allowed to fly. That way, if you heard a plane in the air, we freaked because we have a guy supposedly in the neighborhood who knew people. I don't know, and he was flying one of those really loud jets. And so when he came over, certain people in the neighborhood knew it was this guy, but the rest of us didn't. And it was like scary. But Giuliani, getting back to him, was on the screen every day, 2 or 3 times a day, trying to give people reports of what the horror of the World Trade Center was. And I remember him in his little baseball hat, in his jacket, and he was filthy. He had dust all over him. And that was because he was at the site. He was there. And for some reason, or, not maybe on top of the mountain of rubble, but he was there. And it just made me feel like somebody in control was around. Because really, what could I do? The only thing that I can control is my actions and my 2 young kids and my husband. Well, I couldn't control my husband's, but that was the only thing that I could do. And it was very, scary. So I like people in control. Now, getting enough of that. Getting back to creating, um, I think it doesn't have to, nothing has to be good. Who cares what good is? The most important part is that it makes you feel better when you're doing it. I've created all my life different things. We were talking with the kids, and I've made more Christmas ornaments. And through the years, you can see that some of the ones in the past are, okay. They were great at the time, but of course, you grow and you grow the more you do things. But when I was doing those way back when, it was a creative outlet, and I had fun. And it doesn't matter if it's good or bad. Hey, Olivia. Hi, sweetie. Welcome. We have Carla, Neekin, and Telly, who's driving her son to school, so she's listening. Hey, sweetheart. I decided to go early because I have a snow day. There's a blizzard outside, and I'm going to have to go out and shovel in a little, when I'm done, or a little shoveling, and I'm going to be too tired to go later. So creating anything is an outlet. And I just think and I am very thankful. I have no musical talent at all, probably would be considered tone deaf. I love music though. As older I get, the more I like instrumentals, it seems like. I listen to a lot of instrumentals on YouTube. So I have no talent. I am not athletic. I am as clumsy as can be. Nor did it ever really interest me to be athletic. But just to have something to do, I have found, especially under these trying situations that we are in, you have to have something to do, because I think the mental stress on people who rely on other things that you have to go places to do, uh, their mental stress when you're quarantined is so much more than mine. I was happy being quarantined. I mean, not the situation, not the people getting sick and the people dying, but I was happy because I didn't have to go anywhere. I could order my stuff on Amazon if I needed stuff, and I could sit here all day long for days on end and create. And I have found that 2020 was my most creative or productive year yet, because there was no, you couldn't go out. When you went out food shopping, it was a big ordeal because at the beginning nobody knew what the heck was going on. So we would come in, and after food shopping, we'd have to we washed every. I remember washing the darn blueberries in Lysol. Okay, well, because we didn't know how it was at the beginning, how it was being transmitted, and nobody did because it was so new. So we were better safe than sorry. So we just did that. So besides the little worries about getting food, and things were a little bit, the supermarkets were not exactly filled up because they couldn't get it. Besides that, it was a fabulous time for me because I didn't have to go out, wasn't supposed to go out. Um, and I was able to create quite a bit of things, which led me to probably redoing all of my Halloween decorations, which I never would have had time for. Hey, Penny, how are you? Yeah, I'm early this morning. Hi, sweetie. Yeah, I've been in training for quarantine for years. I have to say, I wasn't as upset as other people that like to go out a lot. I just wasn't. I was quite content to be in the house. We started just so that nobody went, too stir crazy. We started we would go for walks, and this was before masks. Masks we were all scrambling for masks and alcohol and stuff. And so we would just use bandanas around our face, and we would try to go for walks in places that wasn't too populated, just for me and the kids to get out and to do something. But besides that, I was quite content to stay home. Um, we all cook, you know, both kids can cook. And so we were making different things. I mean, one day, because there was no pasta on the shelves, one day we all sat here and made pasta. And it was sort of fun to do as a family. Because when would I have done that? When would I have had the opportunity to do that if it wasn't being quarantined kids? You know how everybody's lives are so busy. So I have to say that, except for the poor people, not poor people, the horrifying events of people losing people and people being sick and not being able to see them and all of that horror stuff that I've been hearing, the virus did so far has not affected us to the point of that horrible stuff. And trying to create a silver lining in a very crappy situation was what we tried to do. Yes, yes. I don't really, you're right, Olivia. I was very happy staying home. And now I go to work every day with 4 layers of masks because, you can't be, even though there's only, it's just dangerous to me. Um, but whatever, we're making the best out of that situation too. Got to find those silver linings. Yeah, Carla, we had a lot of fun. Um, I usually make pasta during the Christmas season because we make our own homemade raviolis, which this blizzard is interfering with. But whatever, we'll get it. We'll get it done. And So we couldn't find pasta for a while there. We couldn't find bread. So I know how to make bread also. So I made bread. We made our own bread. And it was, made a lot of beans, made a lot of different bean dishes. So that was fun too, because that was protein. And yeah, the ravioli is really, yeah, I figured, like I said, I have a cloth mask that has a slit in it. So there's cloth, and in the slit, I put a paper mask, one of those white and blue ones. And so I have 4 layers of mask. Good morning, Megan. I'm live. I decided to go live this morning. How are you, honey? Good. I'm gonna shovel in a little bit, but I figured I wanted it to stop snowing because it's still snowing out there, I think. And then I'm gonna get up in probably another hour or so, and I'm gonna shovel. Because I just figured I'd go live because I was doing this, and I don't know if we're gonna have power later. So, okay, honey, go back to bed. My daughter wanted to find out if I was going to go shovel, and I usually like to shovel first thing in the morning if I'm shoveling. Again, I'm much better in the mornings than any other time, but it was still snowing, and I just didn't feel like going out there. So I figured I'll do crafts instead, and then I'll show, because the power, who knows how long we're going to have it, but that's okay, I guess. I mean, I won't have to worry about my refrigerator, because if we lose power, I could just throw all the food outside. Not like the summer when we had that storm that we lost power, and I have 2 refrigerators, one upstairs, one downstairs. And yeah, I think that's okay. We're not going for that much. We're going for a little realism, but not like terribly realistic. Okay, so now, before I put him in the oven to bake, I'm going to show you, let's close the liquid polymer clay because I am known to knock things over. And let's put the polymer clay back. Let's just do a little organization because we're switching. We are switching things that we're going to be doing. Okay, so let's move that out of the way, that out of the way. Okay. So I'm going to be making some little easy wings, and I don't need him. He can go in the oven. I made these blanks during school yesterday when there wasn't anything for me to do. And I like making wings either in 2s or 3s. So I just made these, and this is not what I'm going to use. This is just my patterns. And I think that'll look cute on the back of him, or maybe just 2, but I'll make 3 for each side. So I'll show you how I'm going to do those. These are pretty easy, maybe time consuming, but easy. And I'm going to put him in the oven so he can bake. And then in 20 minutes, I can take him out and color him up and fix him. So we're going to be done with him. So hold on 1 second. I'll be right back. Talk to each other. Just have to, I don't know if you can hear me, but I have to put him in the oven and do the timer. Okay. Timer. Whenever I put anything in the oven, I always put the timer on now because I get forgetful. That's all. Just have to accept the fact that I forget. And I don't want to burn anything anymore. Okay, so now we're going to do some wings. And I just wanted to show you this little Whoozy Watsits that I'm doing. It's a very simple wing, and it's not going to look like a real wing, but this is a fantasy. So I'll show you how I do that. Okay, I have, let's see if I can get all the material up. This is a shiny, you can see it's shiny. And what this is, and I took it up here so you can see it's Silhouette clear sticker paper. That's what it is. So it's basically a thick piece of acetate with stickiness on it. Then I have this lovely, I love this stuff. I don't even know what it's called. So every time I have to go and find it, I have to go, try to find this. It's like a tool, but a ropey tool. Can you see it? Okay, no problem. Isn't that lovely? I love this stuff. I really do. It's so pretty to make little micey accent pieces for little micey dresses and stuff like that. So what I am going to try to accomplish without cursing is to get this on this. Now, this clear sticker paper comes in 8.5 by 11 sheets. I don't know how many sheets came. 8. There was 8 of them. I've used this quite a lot. I only have a couple of sheets left, but we okay. Lace mesh ribbon. Okay. Wonderful, Penny. Thank you. For some reason, what do I have the YouTube? I don't even know if I have YouTube chat. Wait a minute. I don't have the YouTube chat up. Holy moly. I was saying, Penny, the thing isn't coming up different colored on it. And it's because I didn't have my YouTube chat. Oops, I'm getting texted. Why am I getting texted? Okay, hold on a second. Okay, sorry. That's not what I'm going to answer right now. Okay. Zoo Lily. All right. Thank you, Penny, for that piece of information. So we're just trying to get the mesh down on the sticky side. And it's not so sticky that you can't move it around a little bit. But I just want, now it's still sticky. I can still feel the sticky in between the holes of the mesh. Even on sale, hold on, even on sale, will our real, try Alley, yeah. I've found this on Etsy and eBay, I think. I don't even know. I have one in gold and one in silver, and I still have enough of it so that I don't need any more of it just yet. But I will, when I go looking for it, I will try all sorts of different places for it to see. Okay. Okay, so that's, now I can still feel the stick through it. All righty, and I'm thinking, okay, I got to figure out which way I want to try to cut these wings. I think this is the way I like it. Okay, because I'm trying, you won't be able to see it, but there's like a very thin nylon mesh in here, and I want the wing to go follow that. All right, so now to color it, to get it this color, I can do it. What I did at first is, let me see if I can get this out. I have this little container full of my What are these called? Perfect pearls. So to make it green and also to take care of some of the sticky, and I'm taking one of my destroyed paintbrushes. Am I missing, chat? Halloween colors would, yeah. Yes, that would. To get some black and but I do have something like this in black that I used on the mouse, but that came in fabric, not on a spool. Okay. But I should go looking for to see if what colors they are, because I really only have the gold and the silver. But okay, so this is perfect pearls. Black would be amazing. Yeah, it would be, especially for, you know, really. And I'm just gonna lay them down. I think I used some inks on that first. I'm just putting the pearls. Now, I don't care if I use all of my green, because green is not a color I use a lot. But I'm just trying to get it that's green. Background is green. I could use my alcohol inks. I do have it up here. I did remember to bring it up, and I might use it in a little bit just to see, because this is all sort of, I'm just testing things out too. Hey, Joanne. Is this a real life chat in the present? Hey, sweetheart, how are you? No, it's a real live chat very early in the morning, because I'm getting a blizzard. Well, I'm not getting, there is a blizzard. And we're home from school, and I'm going to be exhausted later on tonight, and I'm not going to want it. And I wanted to do some creating like I normally do first thing in the morning. So I figured I'd go live and hang, whoever came in, have some coffee. Have some coffee. Oh, thank you, Penny. Oh, that, you know what? See? Thank you. You know what? I found out I just looked. I have 398 subscribers. Could you imagine that? I mean, you know, it freaks me out. It still freaks me out. Like, Nikan is overseas, and she's watching me. It just amazes me. I'm sorry that I'm old enough to remember, you know, black and white TVs. You turn the dial, you had the rabbit ears, and now we can just go. Overseas was a long distance phone call that if you had anybody who lived overseas, you didn't talk. Hey, California was a long distance phone call, and you only had certain amount of minutes that you could talk. Otherwise, you got charged up the gazoo. I mean, it's just, this whole thing amazes me. Did I squirrel again? Me too. So I have 398 people that hang out and have looked at me at one time or another, and that is amazing. And I wanted to take the time to say thank you. And, you know, I figured I do enough giveaways during the year, but maybe I'll wait until 500 subscribers and see to give another giveaway. But then I'd have to think of what to give away, but we'll figure that out. That's not a problem. We'll figure it out when it gets close to that. But I'm just amazed that there are almost 400 people that have either watched me or, you know, whatever. It's nice. It really is interesting and nice. Okay, so I pretty much made a sloppy job of this whole thing. But it's taken some of this, it's made it not sticky anymore, because you could still feel the stick in between. It's no longer sticky, but the gold is on there. And what I might do at the end of all this, after I finish coloring and putting the wires on, is I might put a layer of Mod Podge or a, you know, a polyurethane or something, a sparkly thing, clear coat. And you can see through it still, so you can see my hands. And the back doesn't look so bad. The lights are interrupting with what you can see, but there, you can still see through it. So it gives like a web effect. And since he has some gold on him, I think that would look good. Okay, so now let me take my patterns. The back is pretty. Rabbit ears, tinfoil, yeah. You know, so being across the Atlantic, it just amazes me. And Olivia too. Olivia's in Europe. Just amazes me, the whole thing. So my green magic marker decided that it wasn't going to have any ink left in it. So that was fun this morning. Let me see. Okay. I don't want to waste any of this, so let's get this up in the corner. I'm going to see, I don't think I can get all 6 of these done on here, but enough just to show you how I do it. And you can, you know, when you're drawing, some of you are such beautiful drawers, or you can copy wings from the internet. I know that I was watching Laurel the other night, and she got these paper cutout butterfly wings that were absolutely exquisite. Purple, I'm sorry, I forgot the name of her channel, but I think you ladies know who Laurel is. Her last video she put up, she had, I don't know the whole thing, but if you could search out, if anybody knows what Laurel's channel is, I know it's something with purple, and I'm just, you know, it's just not coming to me right now. Okay, so that's the big guy. Oh, no, it's this way. Wait, what am I doing? Oh, I'm actually doing them backwards. Oh, okay, like this. Let's see if it fits better like this. Yes, it does. Less waste, I think. Okay. And I know that there's a lot of die cut butterfly wings too, that you can buy the die cuts too. You could do them that way. I mean, all you have to do is really put in the search bar wings of YouTube, and you get a lot of very talented wing makers. Heck of a lot more talented than me doing this. Okay, Penny. Forever Purple. That's her name. Thank you, sweetheart. See, yes, Olivia's in the oh, the color's very. Penny, be safe. I don't know if you have snow where you are, or if you're getting this lovely blizzard. And I can hear the wind. So hopefully, because we're basically virtual in school, all the students were given Chromebooks. Hopefully he's going to say that we don't have to go in tomorrow, and they're not going to dock us a day, because this is a snow day. So one of the built-in snow days in the spring is going to be taken away from us. It could, you know, whatever. I'm not gonna get crazy with that. I'm gonna cut these out now. I'm not gonna draw them all on here. I'm just gonna cut these out just to get this started. Oh, and maybe I should go in camera. That's always nice. So I've been stocking up. One of the things I buy my spices from a place called Penzi Spices online. And I got concerned yesterday because I was looking at the supplies. And when you go out to shovel snow, you need hot cocoa. And I buy my hot cocoa. It's a powdered mix from them. And so I asked my son, because it was supposed to start snowing early, I asked him to go get some more whole milk because I do like my hot cocoa with whole milk. To go out and get us more milk because, we drink it a lot when we're shoveling. And then I realized, oh my goodness, did I have another bag of the hot cocoa mix? And thankfully I did, because I've been stockpiling a little, some of the things that we couldn't get when we first went in lockdown. So it made me a little concerned. Like, I buy my cinnamon from them. And I got to put my glasses on. I'm sorry. I'm seeing chats moving. Yes. It's absolutely delicious, Penny. Hot cocoa mixed. Yeah, I usually put some in because I drink my coffee black, and I put a little of the mix in my coffee, and it's just absolutely so wonderful. So last time we went through a shutdown, it took them a while to ship to you, but they were running out of my Vietnamese cinnamon, and I put the Vietnamese cinnamon in my coffee grounds because I make drip coffee, and because my girlfriend had showed me that one day, and it's just, I love it. That way I don't need any sugar or milk in my coffee. And I was seeing that they were a little low on stock because they were running out of certain bags and stuff that I buy it, and I was getting very panicky because there's certain things that I really just appreciate. And one of the things I really love is, because my coffee machine is on a timer, I wake up to a hot cup of coffee every morning, and that's a luxury. I know some people think that's silly to consider that a luxury, but to me, that's a luxury. That is a lovely luxury. There we go. And so when they saw that they were running out of cinnamon, I ordered some bags, I got some in, and then during the summer, I tried to go over all the spices that I was low on to make sure that I had enough as backup. And I always buy a hot cocoa because I knew that winter was coming and the kids like it. The kids, they make them sound like they're 10 and 5. My young adult children really like having hot cocoa, especially when they have to go out and battle these elements that we have going on out there. Okay. Now, we have those. Let me catch up on chat because I like Mexicans. Oh, okay. I put peppermint oil in my coffee. Delicious. And yes, I did. I said Vietnamese cinnamon. Yes. If you go on Penzi, it's Penzey spices. We have cinnamon unknown. If you go on Penzey spices, I have found that I really love all of them, because what had happened was this. When catalogs was still the main way to buy objects, and oh, good, Telly, wonderful. When you still bought things through catalogs, we started, because I used to buy things, and then you get anybody who made a catalog would send you one, and we started to get a catalog from this place, Penzi Spices. And what I found, oops, I'm sorry, that's the oven. I gotta go pull out Jingles. Hold on. Okay, I'm sorry, hold on. Okay. He's got to cool off a little bit. So, okay, one of the things I liked about squirreling, yeah, I was baking the polymer clay. I was baking the polymer clay. I had to finish baking what I added on to the little crazy guy. I'm calling him Jingles. I'm not sure if that's going to be his name. The polymer clay I put on his palms and on his cheeks, and that's why I put the timer on so I wouldn't burn it. What I do is in my drip coffee, I put the coffee grinds in and then I sprinkle cinnamon on top of it. And when the water drips through, it makes the coffee taste like cinnamon. I can't taste the cinnamon in the coffee anymore because I've been doing it so long, but I can taste it when it's not in there. So, you know, yeah. Yeah, that's why I put it through the grinds. It doesn't get gooey. And I don't know what cinnamon is good for, but with the amount of cinnamon I have, because I have at least 2 cups of coffee a day, whatever cinnamon is good for, I'm not going to have. That's was in the mood for wait, I can move my chat over. Ooh, ginger snaps. Yes, we're going to start baking. My daughter's going to start baking soon. I mean, Christmas is sort of coming. Even though it's like, what the heck? How did that happen? Okay. Now I have to attach these little lovely things to wires. Oh, that's where I was. They're stiff enough to go on, and they're not going to really move that much. They're stiff enough just to go on like this. And they'll bend and curl a little bit. But I'm going to see, oh, lowers the blood sugar level. You see, I knew it was good for something, Joanne. Thank you. I'm going to see if, now this is, what is this? Just so I tell everybody what I have here. This is 18 gauge covered, wow, it would be nice if I could see this stupid thing. Covered wire, and it's in green. It's paper covered wire. Now, usually me putting wire on anything is really not fun. I don't enjoy this part. That's probably why I'm not good at wings. I don't like doing this at all. Me and wire and glue is not the best thing in the world. Do I need to put them on wire? I think it'll make it look better if it's on a little bit of wire. Okay, so let's try this again. Pepper, oh, ginger snaps. I love ginger snaps. The spicier, the better. Absolutely. The spicier, the better. We have a company that, and I forgot the name of the company because you know that I can't remember anything. I think it's a local, I don't know, company. And by next time I get them, I'll post it. They make the best ginger snaps. They're thin cookies, and they have that ginger in them that you can really taste. I don't like, you know, almost to the point where it burns you a little bit, but not. Okay. Did I bring pliers? Yes. Life is good. Life is good. See, I bought pliers. Now, if these, oh, what's on these pliers? Gunk is what's on these pliers. Gunky supplies. Coffee. Yes. Okay. We have to go through how to talk. You people do not know how to talk. That's right. It is called coffee. That's not, you know, I don't know how the rest of you people in the world say it, but you all say it wrong. How's that? We're going to have to, yes. Okay. So we are going to try this. We're going to try this. There is going to be some bad words said. I am going to put this so we don't attach them to my little cloth, whatever, placemat. I am going to use this stuff, the gel. You got to shake it. Okay, you just be careful and take care. And I'm so glad you came in. It was so nice to talk to you. Well, I'm talking, you're typing with you for a little bit. Now you can watch me glue my hands to everything. And I guess, didn't I turn off the oven? Oh, I forgot to turn off the oven. I got Jingles out, but I forgot to turn off the oven. Okay. You know, I don't mind the smell of fabric tack, but I have to say, I really don't like the smell of this type of glue. Okay, glasses. I'm pulling the glasses up, guys. So if you're chatting and I can't see it for a second, I'm pulling them up. Okay, please work, please work, please work. Please work. Ah, okay. Don't. Go. Oh, ah. Okay. I didn't say anything bad yet. Whew. Okay, just get down there. If it's a little bit off, I'll cut it. I don't care. Just get down there and don't let my fingers stick. Whew. That was nerve-wracking. Oh, my fingers. Got it on my fingers. Hold on. I don't have my glasses on, so I can't see chat. Come on, buddy. Don't stick to me. I don't need to be stuck to the wing. This little edge that's right over here, I'm just going to cut that off. I'm going to put a little bit more glue. I know the chat's going, but I have to put my glasses down. So just give me a second. And that's one down. Did I put glue over there? Maybe I didn't put glue on that. Okay. All right. Now, scissors. Okay, I'm coming back. I'm seeing it move. Just like I said, I'm gotta just glue this down. Gotta keep the glasses off so I can see what I'm doing here. And I'm putting glue on the end just to give it more of a grip to it. And just to hold it. Okay. Okay, that's one. 5 more to go. Now, the one thing I forgot is to bring a styrofoam block here so I could push this in to hold it up. So I'll just hold it while I'm reading. Oh, goodness. June, you forgot to wave your wand over it. That was a nice surprise this morning. Okay, wait. See you later, Penny. Good morning. Hi, Cynthia. Welcome to the show. Hi, get some coffee or whatever you drink. Tea, hot cocoa, water. Just hang out. June, I forgot to wave your wand over it. Yeah, I should have been waving a lot of wands. And the glue works better when you wave over it. Is that what it is? Well, yeah, this stuff is horrible. I was getting and seeing June was live. Good. Everybody's good. Okay. We have our little coffee clutch. If someone has cinnamon buns, that would be nice, although they're full of sugar. Now, I know where I can put this. I can put this in my Stab It Wabbit, because I got to show you something about that. If I can get it stabbed in there to hold it up. Perfect. That's down there. Great. We got it held up. Look at that. We can move on. Yay. Okay, that was exciting that I can move on to go and do more wire work. Ugh. All right, let's see. Okay. I figured my oven's on. It's cold in the house simply because am I in screen? You know, my heat's old. Poor little thing. And a little warmth from the oven wouldn't hurt anything. It's only on at 275 because that's how I bake my clay on. Could you just go over there for a second? And okay, everybody go someplace else. Okay. Whew. Okay. All righty. Okay, we're going to go for round 2 on the wire. This thing really needs this gel stuff. You really have to shake it a lot to get it to work. I got too many things in my area. Okay. All right, glasses are up. Can't see chat. And I wanted to come up here because downstairs is a little bit colder. That's why I'm not in the normal spot. You see me, I'm at my kitchen table because the Christmas tree is up and it's all nicely lit. And if we're going to have a blizzard outside, what's better than chatting, coffee, and the Christmas tree? Coffee is pronounced correctly. And I'm just trying to get like a little bit of this stuff on here. And because it's gel, if you put a little blob down on it, you can like move it around like that. We could just move the little thing around. Okay, let's shut that. It takes a while to dry, so I'm not like worried that it won't dry fast enough. I see chat's going. I see chat's going and I'm sticking. Hold on. Don't stick. Okay. Oops. I want you to go up a little bit. Go up a little bit. Okay. All right. Let's see. Glasses on. This is it's coffee in the south. We have snow. It's beautiful. Roast beef with potato salad. Oh, that sounds delicious. You want snow? Telly. Yeah, I'm getting quite a bit of snow. I don't know if it's still snowing out there, but it was, to me, quite a bit is anything over 1 inch. So we now have, I think, about a foot of snow and the wind, and there might be, and it's heavy snow, there might be some ice in there. So to me, I am getting a bucket load because I'm on YouTube. I would have said something else. Come on. Okay, there we go. And if I'm off a little bit, like over here, it's okay. I'll just cut it off. It's not, no one's going to know once I cut it off that I had to cut off some. I mean, you know, I'm trying to make this wing thing as stress-free as possible for me because, as I've said to you before, wings are not my favorite thing to do. But I just thought he needed a little wings. Okay, glass, because I can't see with the glasses on, so we have to get them off to get it nice and close. And then take some of this stuff. Nope, not nice and close enough. Sorry. So even though I'm going to be 2 weeks late on the site that I was mentioning before, the Tony Dieter Lizzie uh, Drawn to Fantasy Facebook site, um, which is nice if you want to join. It's a really nice group of people there. Uh, he was the one that sent me the drawing of the witch, because what he did on his live Facebook when he was doing it every day, whatever he drew, they would call it the junk pot, and they would pick a person. So that was the one that I got, that witch that I made. Now he drew it with the lizard, but I don't do lizards. So I put it with the little mouse. So besides, I felt like doing something that, I mean, I know I'm getting a little stressed about the wings, but this is basically a stress-free thing because it's not going out. It's not being sold. So wait a minute. What did I do here? Did I really do this? Oh man, I am so stupid. No, wait. You screwed up the first one. It's supposed to be like this. Shoot. All right, well, I'm going to have to do this one again because, see, the thin part is where it's connecting to the body, not this part. So this should be over here because, we always have to do some things more than once. And I can't get this off. Well, I can, maybe. Gosh, sometimes, well, at least you know that it sticks to the acetate. Okay. Sometimes you just have to say, and I messed it up. Well, I'll save this for the other one. Okay. I swear I don't know what I'm doing half the time. This part is the part that's going towards the body. This part is the part that stays. Now I got all sticky. See, this is what happens. This is what happens. Okay. Let's see if we can do another wire while I'm messing everything up here. And I'm not blaming the live for that because you know that usually I always mess up on the live and have to do it. I'm just blaming it because, this time I'm brain dead and I would have probably done the same thing without it being live. This is the part that's going to the body. Oh, this is the part that's going to the body. So this is the part that has to be a little bit longer. Okay. Let's get this wire cut down because it's sticking me in the chest. Okay, here we go. You see, is this right now? Before I do this again, is this the right way? Get the wire a little bit more bent. Okay, hold on. More chat. Got to put the glasses on. That paper would, yes. Very pretty. It would look pretty for leaves. It would. I still haven't figured out how I'm going to attach it to the body, but you know what? That's another step that we'll figure out as we go. This is all. Like I said, this one's for me, so if it's not absolutely perfect, I'm not going to get too crazy about it, except I would like to put the wires on the wings in the right way. That's a little something that would look a little funny if I did it tushy backwards. Sorry, I'm not in screen again. The wind is making quite a little sound over here. I'm just hoping that everything doesn't ice up because there was rain in this mess and freeze the wires. I really don't want to lose power, But you know what? If we do, we do. Right? Right. Okay. I'm doing it right. Right. Okay. There we go. I knew that went down too easy, the first one. And it was because I was doing it the wrong way. You always got to make some mistake. Okay. Just waiting a second for it to grab. Oops. Okay. Hold on. Yes. Thank you. Yep. I'm home. I'm safe. Hopefully my son doesn't have to go out. And I'm putting on the wing stem backwards. Thank you, Carla. I'm not really thrilled about it, but whatever. When we lost power in the summer for, what was that, 3 or 4 days? Oh, someone buffering? I hope not. Nikan, you buffering? Maybe if you refresh. Is anybody else buffering? The company that took over, I don't know, Hurricane, that's right, Superstorm Sandy. Giving you a little Long Island information. We had Superstorm Sandy because it wasn't a hurricane by the time it hit us. Well, we should be grateful for that because it caused quite a bit of damage when it did hit us. I was only out of power for like, let's see, once the storm passed over us, it was the weirdest thing. It was 10 o'clock in the morning. We went through the whole night and we were fine. And the minute the storm passed, we lost power. And we lost power for, I think, about 24 hours, which wasn't bad. But I mean, if anybody knows anything about that storm, there was parts of New York that took months to get back. I don't know what the heck happened, why it was so long, whatever. But the electrical company that was in charge was replaced by, they said there was bad management, so they replaced it with another electrical company. And now with Superstorm Sandy, I was back in 24 hours. Okay, the storm we had this past summer, which was not a superstorm or anything else like that, I wasn't back for 3 days. So I was just making the comment that the original company was better as far as I was concerned, But why am I doing this? If I can save this, who cares about the wire? All right, let's try it again. Let's try this again. Oh, I can hear the railroad. I live pretty close to the railroad tracks, so they're going through. That's always promising. I live about maybe 5 blocks away from the railroad tracks. You go down to my corner and you walk up about 5 blocks, and our railroad out here where I live is still diesel powered. You have to go like 2 more towns towards Manhattan for it to become an electric line. So ours is still diesel, and we still have the railroad crossing where the things come down when the trains come and everything. And it's good to hear them because they're getting through. So, oh, there must have been enough glue to hold on. Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm glad the buffering stopped. Yeah, Joanne, I think it's because I don't, the wings, like I said, not my fave. But I always have to do things 2 or 3 times. It's just the nature of the beast. It's just how I roll. Have to accept it. How I roll. What the heck did that come from? How I roll. The heck is that? Am I going the right way? I'm just making sure I'm going the right way this time. Sounds like I'm in a big semi truck. How I roll. Not rolling anywhere. Getting out of bed is sometimes like a freaky twister game. There's no rolling over here. And I know that I pulled some of the gold off of the sticky acetate, but I'm going to probably, like I said, be putting some kind of clear shellac coat. I don't know which one yet. So that'll push it back down. Oh, okay. Problem taken care of. Look at that. Lovely. Sort of. Lovely. There we go. Okay. Because after you put the powder, the pearls, what are these called again? The perfect pearls on, so that the rest of it doesn't get sticky. The gold still could pull up. So if you put some kind of a topping on it, and you could use like a glitter, something with glitter in it, anything just to keep it down. It's sort of like reinforcing the hold on it. Okay. That's how I roll. Yeah, I don't roll anywhere. I stumble, grasp onto things. There's no rolling here. Like I said, I think I was born on a Tuesday, and isn't a Tuesday's child full of grace? And whenever I think of that, I always think of these graceful people, and I am not. I am not a graceful person. I don't glide, I stomp. Someone told me to pick up my feet yesterday, because she thought I was a student, because she didn't see me. I mean, you really can't mistake me for a student with my gray hair. But she thought I was somebody else, and she says, "Oh, I was just about to tell you to pick up your feet." I'm like, "Oh, okay. Sorry, was I annoying you?" I was shuffling along in school. Okay, Negan, thank you. Thank you for coming, hon. You take care. Have some hot cocoa. Okay. So now, how many did I do? Hopefully I got all one side done. Yep, I got all one side done. And I'm getting glued. All right. So this is how I'm going to do the other side. I'm not sure I'm going to do that live, because I do want to show you something else, because I do want to do a little needle felting here. But let me get this over here. I could do the other side later off camera. I have this, and this is Pearlax, and this is gold interference powder. And I was thinking maybe just putting a little bit here and there on the wings, maybe just a little bit, like down here, which I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but it just makes it a little lighter down here. Oh, there, we put a little bit of a bunch there. Just to make it a little lighter. Give give it a little contrast in color. People might not notice it, but it'll look more alive if something is not just one color. So it just adds a little gold to it. Now here, I noticed that it's not as green as other spots, so I can just add, so you can play with this kind of, with the powders. I can add other colors to this if I wanted to. And I'll probably be covering these wires in those liquid pearls. I have different colors. Make it a little darker where it goes, where it meets the wing stem. I don't know what to call that. So we're just going to call it the wing stem. And maybe put a little liquid pearls on this green thing. Now I have like a sagey green liquid pearls. I also have some gold colors. So I don't know, we'll decide. We'll maybe put some on this one right here, this practice one, just to see how it looks. And then I also have a little blue. So just a little touch of blue. Can you see the blue? Just a little touch. Right by the wires. Not that anybody would even notice that I put it in there. That's what I'm going for. It's a lot of blue. Just a little something, because with the green, it makes it sort of look like a blue-green teal color, and the green of the of Jingles is pretty dark. So just to make it have a little difference of tone. People would probably not even see it because this is going to be towards the body, but I know it's there, so it makes it feel more real to me. Okay, here's the alcohol ink. I have Meadow. This is Ranger alcohol ink. I could have used alcohol ink on it. I did use some alcohol ink when I was coloring this guy. But the alcohol ink, what happened with the alcohol ink when I put it on is it pulled up. It made it not sticky anymore. So then I had to keep pressing it down because there was a little bit of stick left to it. But so here's my wings. Now, if I wanted to with the liquid pearls, I could make like a design here, you know, like go over as a design. I don't know if I want to get that, you know, detailed. I know I like details, but I don't know. But let me go get Jingles. Let's see how he's going to look. Let me get this cleaned out first. Oops. Oh, just whacked my camera. Sorry. Okay. Let me pull this stuff up because this is garbage and I don't like garbage around. Let me go get the little elf. He should be cool enough so we can see how the wings look next to him. Okay. Here he is. Here he is. He's all fixed. His hands are fixed. His face is fixed. Good. I feel better. Now let's see how his wings will look. Oh, I got a clip over there a little bit more. Okay, not a problem. All right, first, maybe you should get a handle on the wings and then try to hold it up. I think, and hold this down. I think they look cute. They look cute enough. I could add more green to them because I noticed that the white is a little overpowering, but there's little sparkly wings for little Mr. Jingle. Okay, not bad. I like them. And on both sides, it'll give them a little something extra. And then the wire will allow me, once it's totally dry, I'll do it gently. It'll give me a little bend. I can bend them a little bit and they'll stay where they are. So it makes them not just look like flat things coming out. This is, oops, flat things coming out. This is like the simplest wing that you could possibly make. This is going to bother me, so I have to take it off. There we go. Now I'm not so bothered. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Joanne. Okay. So now, at the beginning, the people were watching. I got garbage all over the place. Okay. I fixed his chin and put some other stuff on his hands. And I was telling everybody that, okay, the first thing I do is I take some acetone and acetone, Q-tip. And anything new, I just take off the top filmy layer of the polymer clay so the paints stick to it better. Okay, I had already did this side, so I'm going to take a little off with the paint. And let's go here. Now, what the acetone does is it takes off the film and it also takes off any kind of, I need a little bit more, any kind of dirt that might have gotten into your clay. So by doing this, I'm taking the dirt off. If there was any surface dirt, anything that's underneath is going to stay there. But once you start putting the chalks on it and stuff, nobody's really going to notice it. So it's not such a big deal. Okay, make sure that you put your Q-tip on something that will not ruin your furniture because the acetone, which is nail polish remover, will take off finishes. I'm going to have a piece of gum and a sip of coffee before I go to step number whatever. And because I forgot it earlier, I do have paper towels, which is going to be helpful in the next step. Okay, so second thing you do is get your paintbrush. Make sure you get all the green out of it because you're just using all sorts of the powders over here. Just trying to get the green off of it because I really don't. All right, I hope that's not going to come off. It's sort of in there because I don't want it to come off at this step. Now, you get your, wherever it went. Oh, okay. Your raw umber. And this is liquidy paint to begin with. This is not, really high quality paint, even though it's good paint. I'm not saying anything against it, but you just, it's not the highest quality. Let's get the wings out of the way so I don't get them messed up. And you paint over, too much water. You paint over everything you just did with the raw umber. And I'm going to just leave that there. You just put raw umber all over everything. Now, what this is going to do is it's going to turn down the tone. That's it. Tone down the color of the polymer clay. It gives it more of a greenish base to it, greenish brown. Hey, Barbara. Hi, sweetie. I sent you a message. I didn't know if this was too early. How are you, babe? Hope you're doing okay today. Um, the raw umber tones down the polymer clay, and it and raw umber is a greenish brown. Oh, that's okay, Barbara. That's okay. Now, burnt umber is a reddish brown. So you have to make sure you know, don't put the burnt umber down, because you have to use the raw umber. And then you wipe it off. Oh, I got a line there. I didn't. Okay, we're going to have to figure out what to do. I figured I was going to have a line. I didn't. I don't care about a line on the underside of the hands, but I do care about it on the face. But we'll fix it. We will fix it. This is all good to show everybody. And if it's not coming off as much as you want, you can put your thing in water, your paper towel in water. Because what you're really just trying to do is you're trying to tone it down. And if it doesn't come off, I should have been faster at taking it. If it doesn't come off, you could always take off all the paint with acetone and start again. It's not a problem, but I do want him to have it in all of the little creases and details that I sculpted into his hands and stuff. Ooh, that better not be loose. Okay, now if I'm hoping that you can see this. Yes, you can. Did you notice here, right there, because that's where the new clay went onto the old clay. So there's a couple of ways that I can take care of this. And one of the first ways I'm going to try, because there will be chalk over this, is I'm just going to scrape the paint out of there. With my X-Acto knife, I'm going pretty gently. I'm not trying to cut polymer clay. I'm just trying to scrape over so there's no line between the new clay and the old clay. And that's what happens a lot of times when you bake the polymer clay on a face and then decide, uh-oh, your face doesn't look right. That happens an awful lot when you want to add more clay, especially if you put color on the face. So you should never, mistake, it was mine, it's okay. You should never put color on your face until you're satisfied with it. A naughty elf, yes. I didn't want to make like a really like I know the elf, like when I was first making it, my daughter said, oh my gosh, it looks like the elf on the shelf. And I was like, no, we are not doing an elf, because all she saw was a long body that I was needle felting. And I was like, no elf on the shelf for me. I want it to look like because I don't think the Fae are so pretty and nice as everybody else does. Well, not everybody else. I think they're a little bit different than the little flower fairies. Shadow beard. I think they're a little different than what everybody considers them to be. I know Cecile Barker, somebody, made all those beautiful flower fairies and different fairies for each flower. But if you look at Arthur Rackham and Tony Dieterlizzi, their elves don't look that pretty. They look a little strange. Not strange. Naughty, different. They just look different. And for me, I guess because when I was growing up, that was what my first, besides Santa, my first introduction to elves. I mean, where's that book? I got things all over the place. Hold on. I mean, just look at the ones on the cover. That to me is more how they look. The other one, my favorite picture in the world, you know, something like this, or this little guy who's holding on. I hope that my camera, come on, you could focus, whatever. It was in focus and then it went out. That to me is sort of more how they look. Arthur Rackham did a lot of with the trees, which I absolutely adore, like the faces in the trees. Absolutely adore him. Penny, you're back. Or this one. Do I love this one? I think I started wanting him to look like this one. The thin bones and the big hands and the big feet. I just absolutely adore it. And then if you go through, and a lot of you are familiar with Tony Didalizzi's Spiderwick Chronicles, if you look at those, they sort of look human, but there's something different about them. Hey, Ange, how are you? Ange is here. Hi, Ange. So I don't like my Fae people to look, I don't know, pretty is the way I best describe it. Now, where did my chalk? Oh, here's my chalks. They're right in front of me. And here's the thing. Okay. So I have this cheapy set. Oh, maybe not. Faber-Castell, whatever. Chalk pastels. And I have a bunch of makeup brushes. So, first thing I do is I usually add, some rust. And these, I have pan pastels, which are those round things, but they're very, very intense. And I didn't feel like working with them right now on this guy. So I'm going to take some color and put it in his cheek. And now put a little brown in there because he is a little dirty guy. And then I was using my pink and my red to make it really sort of rosy, get his nose a little bit more. And these pretty much stay on unless, of course, you hit it with the acetone or water, I think. And then I do his hands too, especially the underside, because your palms are usually reddish toned or a different tone than the top of your fingers. And I'm going to needle felt to make this a little smoother or do something there. But just to give him some color. Ooh, that's a little messy. Okay, well, we'll clean that off later. And I don't mind, especially on something like him, if there's more brown on him, because again, he's into things, this little guy. Jingles, I think I'll call him. He's into things. Okay. Oh, Barbara, I think it's over a foot right now, the wind. I think it stopped snowing. I don't know, I haven't looked, but I think it's over a foot so far. Or the wind is making everything, you know, look like it's, because it's pushing it around. Hopefully it pushes it away from my house. I always take a little of the purple. The kids shoveled, just so you know, the kids shoveled twice last night just to see, but the way the wind is blowing, it's going to make it all go right back. I always, yeah, I know. I always take some purple and put that by the eyes. I don't know. And then I already put 2 coats of polyurethane glaze, like, the real shiny one, whatever that's called, on his eyeballs. But because I put him in the oven again, I'm going to give him another, I'm going to put more. Sorry, he's up there. You're down here. I'm going to put more of that on there just to shine, keep his eyes nice and shiny. So by putting these pastels on, and it just gives him just a little bit more color. Again, like I said, see how flat this color is? It's just the same color, and there's really no life to it. So, but if you add different colors to something, it gives it more. And even if it's like a really light shade differential, it just makes it look more alive to the viewer's eyes. Like I'm going to just put I'm going to put some green on here, and you will not see that it's green. But just to, maybe dirty them up a little bit, just to give it something so it's not that just solid red, accent his belly. Oh, by the way, this is cos clay, so it's bendable, because you could never do that with regular polymer clay. This is regular polymer clay, but this is cos clay, so it bends. So this little tips that I did here, I can bend them and not be afraid that they're going to crack, which was wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I still haven't explored all the possibilities that you could with cos clay, but I'm really happy that they did that. Now, there's glue showing here, so I'm going to have to figure, glue showing here, so we will take care of that. Plus, all right, so the face is sort of finished, except I have to put more polyurethane in his eyeballs. The hands are pretty well done. I might fix, go back and fix them a little bit. I'm working on the wings, but the one thing I wanted to show you, so I'm switching gears again. So just give me a second while I switch over everything, put everything away and move over. So I'm going to do a little needle felting. Get the wet towel off the table and show you, okay, that's for the wings, that's for the wings, this is the pattern for the wings. Let's get that all together and paint. Okay, moving on to other things. Wanted to show you some things about my Stab It Wabbit. I love this thing. Okay, bring that over. All right. After a while, when you've used this, and this is my second one, and I've been needle felting, and I'm a pretty hard needle felter. The original burlap, I have to do it on this side, starts to get a little bit thin or flimsy. So this is my second one that I've bought, and I've been needle felting for how many years, I don't know. So it does last a really long time. And the reason why the center always gets messed up is, of course, you're doing it in the center. A lot of times I try to do it on the sides just to stop the center from always getting messed up. But what you can do to extend the life of this is, if you have any burlap in your house, and you might get burlap for different reasons, is you take it, and what I did was I doubled it up. I had some burlap, and I just Frankenstein stitched all around the edges, so that now this is the area that I'm needle felting on. And you can see I've already needle felted a lot with the green that I've been using on top of here. And this will extend the life of this for a little bit longer. I'll probably be getting a new one in the new year, but not right now. And because I'm just trying to use up some of the wool I have, because I want to make like a big rabbit, but I have to see what I have. A hare, not a rabbit, a big hare. And I just want to use up some of the wool that I have and then make another order, and I will be getting more needles and stuff. So the Leather Effects clay is the Leather Effects and things from that. Wow, that's wonderful. I use cos clay. Is that the same as the Leather Effects clay? So I don't know, Penny. I just cos clay came out, and that it was flexible. I don't know if you saw that. It's lending, because it's flexible after it bakes. It's lending more versatility that you can create more. Like, I don't know if you saw the scarecrow with the lights in his eyes and his pumpkin head that I made, but those strands on the side were all polymer, the cos clay, and you can never, I never would have been able to do that out of polymer clay. So if I wanted to get that effect, I either would have had to do it out of fabric, because even paper bends funny sometimes, and it's just wonderful because I like using it. Oh, okay. Leather effects, Fimo, I mean. Okay, so I have to see that. I might, get some of that because cosplay is pretty expensive, but that's okay because it does what it says it's going to do, and that's all that I really like. Okay, so I want to add a little bit more green here because you can see the glue line. Oh, I also got to add his hair that I took out over here. Did I keep it here somewhere? It was on here somewhere. All right, nope. This is just embroidery floss that I used to use for his hair. It's glue stiffened embroidery floss. So I just want to add, and here's this wool. This is not Sarafina wool. It's something else I bought. It's pretty coarse, but it felts up nicely. And coarse meaning that the strands are very short and crinkly. Okay, thank you, Penny. Good. So I'm just going to put a little layer. Hold on. Let me get my little layer first, because there's not much needle felting I can do here because I am needle felting. I have to angle how I felt this because this is polymer clay, and I can't needle felt into clay. So I have to angle it, my needle sort of in a way, to get this down. How are you feeling today, Barbara? Did I ask you that? You feeling okay? Because I know you've been getting rain while we've been getting, and I know rain does not help you feel better. So what I'm sort of doing with my needle is I'm not going straight in. I'm sort of hitting it from the side because I'm just trying to, because I can't go straight in. This is solid. And I'm just trying to hit it from the side to get the other wool that I needle felted on top of his head, which, by the way, that was a whole big conundrum of how to try to get this on. What I had to do was I had it very, very thin felt, and I had a needle felt this onto the felt, cut the felt, and then shape it to go around his head, and then needle felt the felt to the felt. That was the only way I could figure out how to, if that makes sense. Like in the back where there was a seam, I just needle felted it by going backwards and forwards like this. Still hurting, but I'm hanging in there. That's good, Barbara. Is it less than it was? Okay. So that pretty much took care of that little problem. Then I wanted to show you how I did one of these little thingies, because I might be putting a third one on him. So let's see if I can accomplish that. Now these are on wire. I needle felted it around wire. No, not really. Oh gosh. To attach the bells on the end. And the next one that I'm going to put is like here. But this is really sort of flimsy wire. It holds its shape, but this one is, I wanted to go straight up, and I don't know if that would be, this wire that I used on these would be enough because it was very thin. I'll show you if you can see it. This was the wire. See, it's almost as thin as a hair, but I'm going to use this one. This is a little bit thicker, and I think you can see the difference just by the darkness alone. So I'm going to use this wire because I want to attach a bell to it. And I'm going to needle felt on this wire. And I'm going to clip it off because the spool just makes it aggravating. Okay. Hey, Kathleen, how are you? Hi, Kathleen. Okay, so let's see what we can do as far as getting this wire needle felted so it can be one more little poke to this gesture's head. Okay. Trying to see if there's like a good strand that I can use. Oh, we'll try it with this and we'll see how it works. We can always add more. Where to go? Did I just put it back? Where the heck did that go? Ah, I just put it back. That's because it's early in the morning. Well, it's not early in the morning anymore. It's almost 10 o'clock. Lovely. Oh, okay. Did you changed your name? Are you Kathleen? You're Kathleen Brandt? Did you change your name to Kathleen Crafts? Or are you a different Kathleen? Sorry. I didn't put, oh, okay, good. I didn't put the posting in I put it on my Facebook page, and I just figured if you ladies were up, you would get notified when you got up that I was on live. I didn't put it in any of the chats or anything else like that because I just figured it was early in the morning and I'm using, in case anybody wants to know, I'm using a 38 needle, which is the mid-size needle. Translation, June is sneaky. Hey, yep, June is sneaky. Oh, goodness gracious. I just wanted to see how many of you ladies are up during the day. That's what I wanted to see. Who are my early birds? Who are my robins getting the worms? Or who are the owls hanging out at night flying all over the place? Oh, I've never changed my flower I made. So, okay. Yeah, okay. The problem is your flower right now, Kathleen, is about the diameter, because I'm on my laptop, of a pencil. So I couldn't, I can't see. I bet she had on her bed slippers. I I was sneaking. Listen, I went on at 7:30 New York time. I was up since 6. I was thinking of going on at around 6:30, but I figured that was a little too much. Nobody would be up, but but I keep forgetting that I am international. I I am all over the world, so I have people that were in Europe that were up because it's the afternoon. I had Megan and Olivia, and that was so exciting. So they were up. Yep, Barbara, you were up at 4. See, I thought you were up pretty early too, Barbara, during the day. But usually I know you get up early and then go back. I've meditated every morning on you and saw that you were live on. Why can't I? Where's my little mousy thing? I got to move it over, chat over, live on my page. That's nice. Pity pat of slippers. The little pity pat. Now, you see, Penny, we already discussed. Pity pat would mean that I am graceful. There was shuffling and clunking. There was no gracefulness about this at all. There was a lot of shuffling and clunking. And the only reason why I can do that is my daughter keeps her door shut and my son can sleep through the fire alarm. So, you know. Okay. Now I have to attach a little bell to the end, and I have to find out where I put my little bells. Where did I put my little bells? Here. I have a whole bag of whatnots and Christmas ball tops and little pieces of whoozy watsits. Sand the floors. That's pretty much it too. And the reason why I put the wire was for twofold. One, to hold the bell, and two, to give it shape. So now we have to get the bell on. And then we just, once we get the bell on, we just pick it up off your thing. And let's see if I can do this, twist it. It was much easier to do this with the thinner wire, but like I said, I'm going thicker for a purpose here. Okay, and then we just keep felting it a little bit, just so that the bell will stop the felt from coming off on the end. See, it stops it. It's like makes a little stop, so the felt won't come off on the end. Try not to. Okay. We're bringing out the tools now, guys. We're bringing out the tools because I want that. Wait, should I do it this way? Hold on. We're figuring this out. I know chat's moving. Just give me a second because I got my glasses off. Okay. I want it tighter. There we go. Okay. Who else is here? Oh my goodness. So we should think of a new name for any of our groups. Okay. All right. Now, it would have been smarter if I checked if it was long enough. It's not long enough, of course, because, so we'll make it long enough. We'll just stretch it out a little bit. That's all. Stretch this. Stretch, stretch, stretch. We're doing the sawmill shuffle. That's good. I like that. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's see. And if it's like not even and misshapen, well, that's perfect for what I'm doing. I'm really not trying to go for evenness on this whole thing, because the more weirder it looks, the better. Okay. And I want to put this one right here. Okay. And that's going to work. But what's not going to work is all of this. Okay, so I wanted to tell you, ladies, the La Befana I made, it was for a person on Etsy. It was a commission. I wasn't keeping pressure. You know, I told the person I'd make it, and if they bought it, they bought it, because the Santa that they bought from me was in a little bit of a different price point, and I gave them the price point that I thought it would be. And so I put it, you know, I was working on it here and there, and the minute I put it online in my shop, I said reserve listing, but I could always change the listing from reserve. Not that that stops anybody else from buying it, but I could always take it off. But they bought it. And that was very nice. And it was a very nice conversation that I had with the person, because this person's Italian also, and has a lot of the same traditions that my mom had. And it was wonderful having the conversation with them, because I don't know if you people know it. We have a nougat. It's called a nougat candy with almonds in it. It's called toroni. And I made a little bar of toroni and put it in the basket, because he understood about the oranges and the walnuts, which is a story I was telling, I think, the last time I went live. I'm not sure. Or maybe I was just saying it to myself in my head. Who knows? Um, and so I made him a little toroni out of polymer clay, and it came out pretty nice. I was surprised, because I really wasn't sure what I was doing, and I figured if it didn't come out, I wasn't going to tell him I was putting toroni in it, but he bought it. And the thing about the story that I'm trying to get to is that the post office is having a little bit of trouble delivering things right now. I have something that's been in Newark, which is in New Jersey, which is really not that far from me. I mean, it's far. It's probably 70 miles, but in the, package delivery. And it's been in Newark for about 4 or 5 days now, and I can't figure out why it hasn't moved out of Newark. But that's okay. It's going to hang out in Newark for a while. It's something that it's a China pitcher that I bought off of Betsy, and it's just been hanging out there. It's okay as long as it's not broke. If it gets here, it gets here, before Christmas or whatever. I just don't want it broke, because it's not something that it's not a usual piece. I have a piece, it's called Baroness White China by Hudson Ruther. Not saying that right, but if you look up Baroness White, you'll see the set that I'm talking about. And this was not the creamer pitcher. It's a little bit bigger. And I needed it for gravy, because I did not like the gravy boat that came with this set. So I found it on Etsy, because again, it's not, some of the pieces to it are not available on replacements.com, and replacements.com, sometimes their prices, you can get better prices on eBay or Etsy. So that picture has been hanging out in Newark for a while, and I just hope it's not broken. Okay, hold on. I'm getting a message. Hold on. I got binged. Binged. Who binged me? Oh, great. Thank you. Thank you, Penny. You gave me the leather effect clay. Perfect. Thank you. Thanks, Penny. Thanks, my shuffling sawmill friend. So same with packages here and everywhere else, I think. Now I want nougat. Oh, toroni, get good toroni. It's delicious. Okay. So where am I with the story? Okay, so back to La Befana. And it was really nice. And I have to say that he told me that he didn't want me to do a wicked face. And I told him I didn't like to, I don't like doing wicked faces on witches, simply because it's a thing. And I'm not going to get into why now. I prefer to do, maybe expressive faces, maybe old faces, but ugly faces on a witch just bothers me. And so I made this face, and you know what he said to me? And it was the nicest kind. He says, it reminds me of my nonna. Something about the eyes and the nose. And, that just made me feel really good, because I made him something, and I didn't have a picture of his nonna, that, hopefully he can treasure, and maybe if he has children, I don't know him now. I don't know him, they can treasure it too. And because I told him that I have a witch that I made, Nana Sarah Bone Squeak, that's out all year. I don't put her away. I have a wooden Santa that I had bought a long time ago in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, that's out all year. It's a hand-carved Santa. And I have a witch that I just keep them out all year. Regardless of what the season is, I like having them out. So he said he was going to do the same thing. And I have to tell you, like that's sort of wonderful. I was very touched by that. And I'm so glad that I was able, oh, there came the snowplow. I was so glad I was able to do that and to make that for him. And again, getting to the post office. Okay, we are squirreling all over the place. Hey, Christine. Hi, sweetie. I sent the package to him, and I asked the post office to put fragile on it because I don't want to, I know they're overworked, and my father was a postman. I understand that they're overworked and everything else like that, and I understand that they they have people that are sick also, so they're working at the busiest season of the year with less people, which is wonderful. And what was I saying? But I asked the post office to put fragile on it. Sometimes I write it on the box, but I didn't want to like get anybody offended. You just don't want to do it. And he said he was watching from his window, and the postman, whoever, could have been in a bad mood, wasn't feeling good. I don't know. He tossed the box onto his porch. And thankfully I wrapped it enough where it didn't break, because that would have Hi Lorna, how are you? Um Tell you have surrounding sound and visual, June. Um That would have broke my heart if they broke it. So I always try to wrap my packages really good, because I know sometimes, they don't do it, whatever. And well, it didn't break, but some of the fruit came out. And I realized that I only used fabric tack, and I wasn't liberal with the glue, because it's really sort of difficult to put polymer clay, oranges, walnuts, and thorny, and a little bag of coal in a basket, because in real life, those things shift a little bit. So you can stack them in and they but when something is not shifting, like the orange didn't, they don't give their polymer clay, it's a little hard to get it into the basket. So I was being very judicious, I guess, or miserly, if you want to go for the season, with the glue. And some came out, but he was okay with that. But I hate when anything that I send out doesn't come out, doesn't get to the person properly. Bothers the heck out of me. But he was very gracious. And so hopefully that got bigger. All right, well, it's going to get bent anyway. Hopefully my vase will come and they're not tossing it around like a basketball, because I don't know if we can replace it. Okay. All right. I don't think packages are handled carefully, even if they are labeled fragile. A lot of people have a camera, so they took pictures they could claim. That would be a good idea, Olivia. I don't know if he does have a doorbell camera. So, okay. So now he has his third little thingy. Okay. That always makes sense. Whatever you call this. What do you call this? It's a thingy. I don't know what to call it. All right. So I have to figure out, but I have to work on the wings a little bit more. Maybe I think I like it better if it's a little off to the side. And that's why with the wire on, you can do all sorts of things. All right. So the things that I have to finish finish the wings. And you know what I'll do? I will make the other 3, and then that'll probably be it, because I have to figure out stuff. I'm going to make the other 3. I have to needle felt some kind of a cuff here, and I don't know if I'm going to go green or red. Let's see what the green looks like. Maybe a little green cuff would look cute. Yeah, a green cuff would look cute on his arm. Let me needle felt that while I got you here. Let's see. I think that would look cuter than just red. Again, because I am going, this is polymer clay and wire. Which needle am I using now? Hold on, what is this? This is the 36. This is the 38. Okay. The way I can tell is my 36, which is the workhorse, the really thick needle, that's a triangle needle. And if you had them in real life, well, my 38 is a little bent because I'm trying to do things, but it's a twisted needle, and the wire is the part over here, the needle part is a little twisted. So that's the reason why I can tell. And I don't know if you're ever going to be able to see this, but in real life you can. So my 36 is a triangle needle. I don't care if I'd rather have it as a triangle because it's the one that you use. It's a heavy duty one. And this one is twisted, besides being bent a little bit because I've been poking it into solid stuff and it gets bent that way. But I'm using that one. I'm trying not to stab myself because I'd rather not stab myself today. Chat is going, glasses are off. Hold on a second. Joanne, hey Carla, I love Jingle. Thank you. Green, yup, we like green. Excellent. Because it just gives it a little something. I don't know if I'm going to put a bell on his cuff. So I'm just going to leave his cuff a little bit longer than I normally would right now, because I might just put a little bell over here. I don't know how many people have taken up needle felting, but seriously, you can do snowmen. I keep saying that. It is, where are my scissors in this mess? Okay. Snowmen, it's so much fun. I know everybody, this is like, whoa, my scissors don't lock. So when I shut them, because just look at these scissors, they've been abused, but they work. It is just one of the most relaxing things I have found. And if you're not trying to really get it to look like anything in particular, it's fabulous. A bell on his cuff? Yeah, I'm going to put a bell. I'm going to glue a bell on there. I think I still have some little bells. And I'll just fabric tack it. Oh, by the way, I wanted to show you this. These are not bells. These are buttons, antique buttons that I had from my mom. And on the other side of them, it's like it was concave. So I just stuck a ton of fabric tack in there and I just stuck them on there and it works. But I've been wanting to figure out what to use these two buttons for the longest time because I couldn't figure out what to do with them. But I like the back side more than the top side because one was blue and one was green. And I just decided they look enough like bells that I'm going to stick it on there. Again, because this is mine and I'm not, I'm not trying to make it look uniform for someone. It could be a little off. But I got to use two, I guess you would call it vintage because they're older than 50 years. Because I've known them ever since I was a little girl. My mother had all sorts of different buttons because she was a seamstress. So she had all sorts of different buttons. Because when she came to America from Italy, she wanted to become a secretary. But her mother used to be to make ends meet, she used to clean offices at night. And she used to see what was going on in those offices at night. And she didn't want her daughter to have any part of what was going on in offices. And we all know what was going on in offices because they still go on in offices. And so she made her learn how to sew. And I wouldn't say my mom was in a sweatshop, but she was in one of those shops where there's a whole bunch of people at sewing machines sewing. I don't know. So you do what you have to do, I guess, right? But I think my mother would have liked being a secretary. I think my mom would have liked to be a career woman over a mom. But at that time, people didn't really have a lot of choices. Women didn't have a lot of choices as far as, but that's okay. We've come a long way to go nowhere sometimes, I think. Oh boy, never mind. Let's not get into that because I'll get everybody to start yelling at me. Okay, it's a little green sleeve there. And where's my bells? Bells. Have my little bag of whatnots. Just wanna, using a heavy duty guy. Let's get this done quickly. Okay, now fabric tack. Oh, it's she threw us all off with the early show. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not, like I said before, I'm not sure I'm going to have electricity later on tonight. And I always get up, and when I don't have anything to do, I get up and craft. I get more accomplished in the morning, and it's very satisfying. And I haven't been live in a while, and I apologize. It's just, there were things going on that I just had to work through. And how to remember who I was. If anybody could figure that out, that little cryptic statement. Sometimes you have to just need a little silence from everything to remember who you are. And then I said, I wasn't planning on going live this morning, but I just said, I'm going to sit here and craft. And if anybody is up and they want to hang out, that would be nice to get up early and craft, because I got to go out pretty soon and shovel. Now it's fuzzy. Where's the scissors? Okay, so if you felted it well enough, you can take off, I don't even know if yeah, let's do it this way. You can take it, you can cut it so it's a little bit less fuzzy. Aw, thank you, Joanne. Thank you, sweetheart. And you just, and that's it. That didn't take long. I'm sort of like, if you saw my needle, I'm going in at an angle. I'm not going directly because I'm going to hit the wire. So I'm sort of going in on an angle. Okay, let's do his other arm. Let me do the other wings, and then I should get my backside in gear to dress up and see what the outside winter wonderland looks like. This is not Serafina wool. I've said that before. So it's got like a lot of these, you can see these little nippy, those things in there. It's not very smooth, but it's really just, this is what I would call core wool, because it felts up really quickly, because it's not smooth. It's not smooth. Well, it's a little something different to start your day. Because I don't know if tomorrow, if I'm going to have to go in, or we're going to do virtual learning, I guess, depending on how well they clean the streets. But I've been hearing the plow. Today is an official snow day. And tomorrow, we either can go in, but if we're not in, if he decides to let us have another day off, which would be nice considering the amount of cases that we're getting in the school, we can go virtual. So if we go virtual, I have to go online and be in the classroom. So I can do that too. So, And again, I don't know if you can see it. Oops, I can't even, it's like there's a line here where one clay stopped and the other clay, where I put the new clay on, but I don't care. It's mine. I don't care. I'm not going to inspect it. If I was trying to sell it, I would have taken more time sculpting this. I have to clean up in there a little bit, but it's okay because he is just mine. So I am not trying to achieve perfection on certain things. He can be a little sloppy. That's okay. Sloppy's good, lends to the character. But you can't sell sloppy. I think Jingle is good. What does everybody else think? Jingle or Jang? I think Jingle's good. I like Jingle. I looked it up to see because I didn't know what the elf on the shelf was called, and I didn't want to name him the same thing as the elf on the shelf. Because this is sort of a demented elf on the shelf, just fine. Because I'm so glad my kids did not go through that phase. The elf on the shelf came a little bit after my kids, which I am very happy about. I would find that overly stressful to try to get him a little place. So I looked up Jingle, and there was no, I guess maybe some people named their elf on the shelf, but there was a horror movie with the name of Jingle. So I figured, okay, then thank you. Thank you, sweetie. There's lines here that I have to take care of the paint. It won't take long, but I'm not gonna. Okay. Clippy, clippy. Okay. The other bell. Okay, you don't want to hang out. That's fine. Don't. I'm just going to put the fabric tack. Okay, now he's got little cuffs with bells. There we go. Put his on down. Just not sure how I want this to go yet. We'll figure it out, maybe. Megs? Yes. Is it time? No, it's still breakfast. Oh, okay. I don't know how much we got. I don't know if it's still snowing because I don't have the door open because it's too cold. So, but I'm almost done here. So when you finish making breakfast and are ready, I'll probably be ready to go out too and do some shoveling. Be right back. Her eyeballs are back from my head. It's not that high? Driveway, it's about like that much up to the wheel. Well, that's not bad. About 4 inches, then you're saying, on the driveway. Yeah. Okay, great. Because they've been, my kids have been shoveling all night long. And I have to get rid of the snow blower we have because my husband bought the snow blower and my son is not the same size as my husband was. My husband was a big guy. My son is a little bit lighter framed and less weight, about 100, almost 100 pounds less weight. And the snow blower my husband got is pretty difficult to manage. And I want to get a snow blower that maybe I could use. I don't mind. I don't mind shoveling a little snow. Gets you motivated. Okay, so I don't like that glue that's showing right there. Maybe, let's see if we could take care of that. Hold on. I love that, Christine. Love that. Now this was I don't even know what kind of glue. I think I use fabric tack, and you can take fabric tack off with acetone. That's one of the few ways you can get fabric tack off. And I have to find out where I put his other little hair that I took off out of on this side, because I had to take it because I was fixing his face. She's giving us chuckles. Oh, we can call him Chuckle. No, Chuckles is something else. Reminds me of Chuck E. Cheese. I don't want to be reminded of Chuck E. Cheese. You can turn off the oven, Megan. I forgot to turn it off when I took him out. So if you don't need the oven, thank you. The white of the glue, you could see it, and I didn't like that. Oh, thank you, Kathleen. So I have to go find the embroidery floss for that. I also, let's see. Let's put this where it does. I don't know where it went. I sort of like said, hold on to this so that you don't lose it, but I have more. Let me see. Do I have a thin enough brush? Yeah. His eyebrow is bothering me. So let's get some more of my raw umber. I have very thin magic markers, and I believe I still have like a brown one, and I'm going to go back after this is dried. And of course I didn't bring that up, but I'll do like little wisps with the magic marker. Just to make it look wispy. Okay, I could add a little of this. Hold on, I don't want that much to the hair to cover wherever white is still. Let's get that. I'm just putting it on my hand so it doesn't get too dark. I just want like a wash of it. Oopsie. Oh, it's okay. It adds tone. Again, 2 colors, always better than 1 solid color. You're adding tone. And nobody's got to see it. No one is really going to see that I have put raw umber in his hair. Then they're not gonna. It's not going to register unless they're an artist and they're looking for it. But they will notice that there is tones in there, and they might not even notice that, and that's okay. But okay, put that there. And what did I want to do? This is right by his eyeball. Get off. Make it. Yeah, they're aggravating me. My 4 scissors worked. Okay, sorry. There we go. All right. Okay, good. Acetone. Joanne, acetone removes fabric tack. Put it on a Q-tip. Oh, okay, Kath. All right. I don't want to keep squirreling back and forth. Kathleen, I hope you put up a tree. I hope it comes out. And Merry Christmas. And have a wonderful holiday, sweetie. And good luck with getting up your tree. Going back, Joanne, acetone would remove fabric tack. But here's some tricks. On velvet, try not to use it on velvet at all, because it might also remove the nap of the velvet. Like I've said in the past, a secret to making sure that fabric tack doesn't spread when you put 2 pieces together, especially in fabric, is to let the fabric tack, put the fabric tack on, let it get tacky. let it dry a little bit, and then put the other piece of fabric on it so it doesn't spread if it's a little tacky. The other thing is, if you have a piece of the fabric that's a scrap, or always keep a scrap, and see, just put just put the acetone on that piece of fabric and see if it takes off the color or not. So you don't ruin your good piece. But if you do like ruin it and it's a piece of lace and it gets a little lighter than the other pieces, you can always try to, if it's just a small little area, add a little paint to it and you can cover that up. Oh, you opening the door? Ugh. Is it to the top of the door? Yeah, it's to the top of the, okay. Not all the way. All right. There was a little brightness going on here because Megan opened the door to see how bad we are. It's all going to be good. It's all good. Okay, so yes, acetone can do really bad things. The amount that you're using, and if you keep it right, if you take a Q-tip and just dab the glue, might help not ruin fabric that it's near. But velvet, when I'm working with velvet, and velvet is such a pain in the neck to work with anyway, I just try not to make any mistakes because, you can't unmistake. Okay, so let's put him aside. Let's move this aside. Let me have another sip of coffee. Yeah. Okay, we're going to need another cup of coffee soon. Let's get back to making wings. We still have this piece here that we started. Now, so I don't make a mistake, I am going this way. So I am going the way that doesn't have the plus on it. And there we went. There we go. And this is where okay, I'm just making sure. So for the people who just came in now who didn't hear me before, if any of you like making butterfly wings and stuff like that, one of a kind, OOAK Artist Emporium, I've mentioned her before, Judy, and she's fast shipping. I mean, she's unbelievably fast shipping. It's her own like personal business, so it's a mom and pop, and she makes sheets on acetic and vellum of beautiful butterfly wings, oak leaves, some other kind of leaves, not a lot in the leaf department, maple leaf, it's oak leaves, maple leaves, I think maybe grape leaves, and calla lily, like some kind of lily leaf. She sells it by the sheet, and you can make your own butterflies using her sheets. She also has lots of gorgeous colored glitter. If you're into glitter, if you're into glitter, she has gorgeous glitters of all different types. She has those little marble things in different colors. She has a lot of things for polymer clay doll artists, but there's stuff that it's just a shop that you should put in your repertoire if you want to get. I love her. I've been shopping for her for years. And it's interesting to go through. Now, paper crafters might not need her as much or have, but she has like gorgeous decals, gold and silver, little tiny swoopy decals that are absolutely stunning. So that's also very interesting if you wanted to look. She sells eyeballs for the doll maker, because a lot of times on my dolls, I will buy a set of glass eyeballs because I don't like making eyeballs. She has some sheer fabrics if you're making, it's all towards doll makers, you know. But she's got really beautiful products. And I like her. This, I just did a pattern on when I was in school yesterday, on index cards, because you got to keep busy while you're in school. Oh, did I lose people? How did that happen? What did I do? I lost my chat. I just swiped and I lost my chat. There we go. Now it feels better. Okay. Where did the other scissors go? The bigger scissors. Oh, there they are. Of course, up there. Okay. So we just cut them out like we did before. Now, the back of this stuff is shiny because it's the sticky acetate. If you wanted to make these wings less opaque, you could cover them. The German glass clear glitter, she also has that, which is, I think she has that, which is the clear, sort of clear, but it's not in the big form like, I don't remember what we call it because I don't have the thing here. It's not in the big form, but it's real glass. You can put that on the back if you want. You could even put more of this gold stuff on the back if you want by just putting down a layer of Mod Podge or something that dries clear if you wanted to. I'm going to leave them shiny and just leave it at that. I believe what I sometimes do is I take my Mod Podge and I create a texture by not putting a lot on the brush and just like making it like a stippled effect on the back, just so that it looks like there's something going on back there. But oh, Barbara, well, I'm gonna show you in a second, sweetie. Okay, I'll show you in a second. I just want to. Okay. I have. Oops! Everything is going on the floor. Okay, I'll sweep. This is by Silhouette. This is clear sticker paper, and I guess it's printable. I don't know. I've never used it for that. One side is the acetate, and when you pull the back covering off, it's clear, but it's glue. So what I did was I took a sheet of that, a piece of that. You saw me cutting it out, and I put this gold mesh. And I just laid it on because they're sticky. I laid it on there, and this sticks to it. And then I took some of these. This is Perfect Pearls in green. I've had these things for years, So whenever I can use them, so I can use my supplies, I just brushed it all over. And because this has a lot of holes in the mesh, whatever wasn't covered by this goes down and colors, because this, whatever's showing through, whatever green you see is showing through, is still sticky because of the sticky paper. And that's all it is. And then we can all wait and watch me glue my fingers, because now I'm using this stuff, wherever it went, the gel, to glue the wires down. Then once the wires were glued down, I trimmed around the top, which I'll show you. And then I added some other colors. I used an interference gold over here, which is white and gold. And then I put some blue to make it darker over here. Plus I added some more green because I wanted it to, Jingle is green. I'm not sure if I'm going to take those liquid pearls and put a color on top of this. I might just take, I have like a sagey green that sort of looks, since it's metallic, those liquid pearls have like a pearlized, not metallic. I might just put like a little wisp over that so it's not so solid green. And then when I'm done deciding what colors, I will put a clear coat on this. I'm not sure if I'm going to use like a gel clear coat to give it more texture. I might do that on the back. I might just use Mod Podge, or I just might use my polyurethane that I have, so that everything that I'm putting on here will stay there. You want to see the glued fingers? Thank you, Kathleen. You want me to see? I already feel like I have this glue on some of my fingers, because I can't. You can always tell when you do that. Okay, so for the wire, I'm using 18 gauge, sorry, covered wire, this thing. I think I bought it off of Amazon, not sure. And let's see, I have so much stuff up here. It's amazing. Oops, it's flying. Oh, my wire flew. Okay. For this, we're going to get another piece of gum, because I want to get gum in my mouth before I glue my fingers. Oh, I've been quilting a bit, mostly bowl cozies and a few placemats. The Eve is in a week. Don't know if I'm going to. Oh, I haven't seen pictures, Kathleen. Christine, no pictures. Why am I not seeing pictures? You know I love pictures. I hear the snow blowers. They got them out. There are so many groups, I know. That's a problem. Why didn't I go to the end? Can you just post it on your page? I think we're all friends with you, and we'll see it come up in our feed. I don't know. I wouldn't know what group to post it in. Trying to post on Facebook, that you're going on YouTube, it takes 20 minutes just to get all the groups with all the links. Okay, I'm going to cut it right about here. Crazy Crafters, yeah. I sort of like that group too, Joanne. Going to lie down and listen. Oh, I'm sorry. I hope you feel better, Penny. Feel better. I always get a little like sick. I don't know if everybody who's in intermediate is in the crazy crafters, because I would be more than happy to get rid of one group, you know, but I don't know if I have to one day but I can't be I'm not the administrator of the group, but I can't get rid of it because there's just too many groups to post things in. Okay. Put a light coating of glue. I can't read, taking the glasses off. There we go. Okay. Okay. I don't want it to stick to my paper either. I don't know if, all right, come on, buddy. Yeah, there you go. There you go. I know chat's moving. I can see it out of my peripheral vision, but I can't get to it right yet. So just hold off if you're asking me anything. Because I have to have my glasses off for this. Come on. Shiitake mushrooms. See, this one is not working as well as the first ones. Come on, buddy. Just go down. Just sticky, sticky. Sticky, sticky. Okay, glasses can switch back on. Is Felice been making ornaments? Telly. I haven't seen any ornaments. I wanted you to come on the air and show your wrapped trees. Now I'm missing ornaments. Not good. You know I enjoy seeing what everybody makes. I did say goodbye to Penny, right? Penny, feel better? I did say that. I hope I did. If I didn't say it, I'm saying it now. Penny, I hope you feel better, sweetie. I always get sick before a snowstorm. That's why I wasn't panicking this time, because with all that's going on, I would have been a little bit more concerned. But I knew snow was coming because, you know, you get like the headache, you get the pressure. I get pressure in my sinuses. And then I'm like starving. I don't know why. My body must think I have to pack more fat for the winter because the storm is coming. Like I don't have enough supplies. And my body, I could, you know. Okay. This is, I'll trim it later once that glue is dry. That's one. Did I do it right? Yes, I did. And by putting on like a clear coat afterwards, it, I do this guy. It helps also keep this wire attached to this. Okay. Glasses are not on, so I can't read. So now you can call me all sorts of names. And if you keep writing, I won't be able to see it because it'll go up. Isn't that fun? Oh, shoot. Okay, I think it's because I can't stand the smell of this glue. I don't know if it gets me a little bit happy or not. Maybe in the future I should work with just putting this down with fabric tack and then putting this on the edge like I did before so it really sticks. I don't know. I don't know. I don't. Oh, come on, babe. You can do this. I'm sure you can do this. Hold on. I'm going to just go in there. And if it's a little bit off, that's okay. I'm going to cut it. I'm not worried about that. A little bit or a lot of it. In this case, it's a lot of it. There we go. Okay. All right. Scissor. Oh, I'm not even in screen. Oh, shucks. Sorry. I trimmed off, and now I'm just putting some of this on the side. And if you get a little blob, like I said before, that's good. You could just move it around. And then I'm gonna let it dry. And I could see that this is coming off of here, and I don't like that. I do not like that it's coming off already. So we're gonna put another blob. Okay, I'm gonna put my glasses on soon. I see it's moving a lot, so just give me a sec. Get down. Okay, while I'm holding this down. You missed it. Yeah, I was thinking of putting bells. Wait a minute. Show us your ornaments. Okay. If you have more bells, I think they would look good on the points of his collar. I was thinking of that too. I'm getting on everybody who's not posting pic. Thank you, Joanne. You yell at them. Whoops. Whoa, this thing really didn't go. You yell on them, Joanne, because you know I like pictures. There goes my fingers. Benevola. Okay. Let's not panic. It's not the end of the world. Let's get in there with metal. There we go. Oh, that hurt. Okay, and now I will make you a moderator, Joanne, in a split second. I just thought you didn't want to be one. June almost glued a finger while you were messing with me. You missed it. Trying to change the subject. I'd make you a moderator. I don't have a problem with that. I love it. But I didn't want, I didn't want you to get mad at me. Let me do my last little wingy. Whoa. Hold on. Oh, shoot. Wait. Okay, June's at the controls. And how do we do this? There you go. Whoa, there we did it again. I'm having fun. Sorry, my chat keeps going. There you go, Joanne. And if you can yell at me if you want me to take it away. But you have to type something. You're now a Smurf. S. Smurf S. Oh, how come you didn't turn blue? Oh, you don't want to be a moderator? Okay, then you didn't turn blue. Okay, then you're not going to be a moderator. Nope. And if you turn blue, I'll take you off by the next time you speak. Oops. I do my best to stay. Okay. Remove moderator. I just removed you, honey. Oh, that's fun. I don't want anybody to get upset. See, the part I like about being a moderator in people's channels is I can delete people if they say the wrong thing. Not delete people, and you know what I mean, because I've had some trolls. I also get some trolls afterwards asking me if, like if you want to meet singles, go on that. I'm like, what are you talking about? My station has nothing to do with that stuff. Hey, Martha, how you doing? Good morning. When I took you down. Oh gosh, Christine and Joanne are we've been live since I think 7:30 this morning. Oh, I'm going over my 2 hours. Oh, you just like being old and cantankerous? Okay. Oh gosh, yeah. Well, I'm getting a little cranky too. What was the word they used yesterday? We were using some word and I forgot, but ornery. That's the word. I like ornery. We'll put the glue on, go and screen. I like being ornery. That's a word I usually associate with older people like me. I usually use stubborn for younger people. So, okay, last wing. Let's use something else so I don't glue my fingers on. I gotta get it up. Where's that other thing? Pull it up. I just don't want to get any more glue on my fingers if I can help it. There we go. Oh, you're gonna get glue on your fingers, Joe. You're gonna fix on that bedroom clock? It's now 11:02. I love ornery. And cantankerous. It's just that you want to know. I don't know how to spell cantankerous. I know how to spell ornery. So, okay. All right. Trim that up. Ornery people are the poop stirrers. Well, I'm just going to sigh on that one. Christine, I'm just going to sigh on that one. I should be more. Well, everybody says I'm stubborn, so now that I'm at the age I can be ornery. I can't see what I'm doing. I can't see close up with my glasses on. It's very difficult for me. So, could we get some? I love this gel because it doesn't come out like flow out and get all over the place, but it is a little bit difficult sometimes to get it if you don't shake it, get it to come out. I'm just putting it, like I said before, on the edge just to make sure it's a little bit more secure so this wire doesn't come off. And then I'm putting it in my Stab It Web It to let it dry. There you go. Because I don't have a piece of styrofoam. Let me put my glasses back down so I can read. Merry Christmas. Billy just calls me plain mean. Oh, look at all those pretty Christmas trees I'm getting and snowmen. Oh, wait a minute. It's not Christmas yet, guys. We have another, ladies, rather. Don't we have like a week? I hope we have a week, because if we don't have a week, I'm in big poopy trouble. Big poopsy trouble. Okay. Now, which one was the one I first did? Maybe it's dry. Nope, it's not dry. Okay. And I just got glue all over the fingers. I'm sticking. If ever wanted to make sure they saw me stick to things, I am sticking now. Madonna mia. Okay, we're not going to show, we can't show you putting the other little colors on here, but like I said, what I did on these is I took some blue perfect pearls and put it towards the edge, and then I took, because this is what I have, Interference Gold by Pearlax, and put it down here. I will be taking, and I don't have it. Well, you know what? Let me go, because that'll be the last thing. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to go, because it's all the way downstairs. I'm going to get the green that I'm going to put over there just to show you. And then I'm done. Hold on. Sorry. I'm moved. Ouchie. Coming back. That was a quick. I was sticking to my chair. I haven't gotten up in so many hours. Oh my gosh. Okay. This is Liquid Pearls. It's Avocado by Ranger. Okay. Everything is still sticking because it's still all a little wet. But I might just take a little of this to tone down the green, just a little. And just a little, like this also, just and smudge it. Put a little drab and smudge it over. And also in this area. Am I on camera? Okay. And just go like this. Just so, and it just adds like a little bit of a finishing look to it. And it doesn't make that green cloth wire that I used that noticeable. It just tones it down a little bit. And it makes it more glowy. I know chat's going. I can't see it because I could see it moving, but you got to give me a second to put my glasses on. My computer screen downstairs is a little bigger than this one, so the chat is bigger. But I didn't want to stay downstairs because it's a little colder down there, and the Christmas tree is right over there. I could see that out of the corner of my eye all lit up, because when I started it was pretty dark out still because of the blizzard. And just gives it, I mean, it's still going to be darker than everything, but it just makes it have like a little bit of a glow to it, and you can smooth it out. And I might add another coat to it when it's done. I'm going to look at chat in a second. Yeah, so I don't know if you can tell much of a difference between This one that doesn't have it, it doesn't really show, but there is, and I don't know if my camera is going to pick it up. There's a little, see, there it goes. You can see like a little gold glitter, gold green glitter. Okay, so let me go back up and read chat. I got to get ready for sleepover the first time this year. Okay, Olivia. Fun, Ollie. You have fun sleepover. Okay, that sounds like fun. Thank you for the live, June. Oh, you're welcome, Olivia. You take care of yourself. I hope to see you maybe next week. I don't know how my week is going to go because I got to get things done. Christine, I made 6 for Christmas. Don't think I got another one in me. Oh, you're talking about your, hold on. There's so much going on. I got to go back a little bit. Oh, I love all my little emojis. I'm going back. I'm going back to the snowman. I'm going back to the snowman hiding. There he is. How cute. I got Santa's. Good morning. Martha's having eggnog. That's good, Martha. I love eggnog. I was thinking of making some homemade eggnog. And I don't think the liquid pearls came in. It comes in a avocado green, so it's not really like a green. It's this color green, whatever, however you want to describe it. Oh, wait, I hit the wrong button. Olivia's going to bed. Okay. I made 6 mini albums. I always forget their name. Yeah, Christine. Barbara's been on a roll with the mini albums. She's just been. It's been like a conveyor belt over there. Bye. I missed your 6 posts of you. Joanne, good. Get her. I think they're Christmas presents, so she can't show them just yet. But she'll show it to us after. No, eggnog. Wait, she'll show us after Christmas. So take pictures, Barbara, please. Joanne, you're a pep. I love it. You don't have eggnog? I don't have eggnog either, Martha, but I'm going to make some. But I have to get eggs. Can't go in. I want to get good eggs, not just buried in back of fridge, thinking done went bad. Oh, yeah. I'm writing it down. Joanne's writing it down. I love it. I decided that I have given my safety director duties or demerit duties. Which one was it, Carla? Over to Carla. And now I have Joanne writing down everybody's crafts they're not showing. I love this. This is cool. I love it. Oh, gosh. So this is just like a finishing thing that could be fun. I'm not trying to make it look like one smooth line. At least not the first time. Maybe I'll put, like I said, a second coat. But this takes a while to dry. And then I will clear coat these on this side. I'm going to leave the backs just like this. I'm not going to do anything with the backs because I don't really feel like it, I guess. Is the best way to say why I'm not doing anything with the backs. I might just go with this and do a line of this on the back once the front all dries. I'll see. I don't know how much I got left in here, so it's more important for me to do the fronts since nobody's really going to look at the back. I know chat's going again, but my glasses are up. I can't see. That's okay. I'll catch up. I can draw it where it's just one line. And I haven't been doing that because it just, but I can do it where it's just one line there. I just want to cover it. I'm not really concerned about the one line yet. And my tip, I don't know if you can see it. You can still see, this is the one part of the wing I don't like. You could still see there's a little bit of like where the two pieces meet. There's a divot or whatever. You can see where they meet. So that I will go and fill in a little bit more so you can't see that, to make it look like it's one piece. But that's something I'm going to do later. Okay, clean that off because that's pretty gross. There's a lot of this stuff that got in here. Q-tips or cotton swabs. Oh, but it's dried out. Okay, that's good. I thought it was wet. So, and I also have some gold that I could add if I wanted to. Okay, so let's review. Things that I have to do to fix him. I might put little bells if I have enough on all his little tips. I'm going to clean him up a little bit more in areas. I have to put another drop of the polyurethane, the glossy polyurethane in his eyes. And then I just have to attach his wings. But let me move you up. Jingles is pretty much done. And his legs can be bent and his hands can come down. So I'm going to put him somewhere on the tree because I can sit him. Oh, and I also have to put his little hair over here because I lost it. I tried to keep it. I don't know where it is, but I had to take it out because I had to fix this part of his chin. So I'm just going to put a little hair over here. And so there's not much for me to continue doing once I get the wings fixed up. I can't hold them against him right now because they're all wet, whether they have the liquid pearls or the glue on them. But I will post a picture, Joanne, of him when he's done, probably hiding out in my tree someplace. And then I'm probably going to fuss because I'm a fussy thing. So I'm going to fuss just because I like fussing, and needle felting is so much fun. And that's about it. So here's just a little craft who did not start out this way, but somehow ended up to look this way. What I was intending to do was nothing with what this guy looks like. But, oh, I even needle felted some of my own hair in there. That's sort of gruesome. Okay. Okay. All right. So here's my little Jingles, my little elf. He's going to be my elf on the shelf for nobody but me because I don't have young kids. But with a mixture of different things, he belongs in your shop, June. Yeah, well, he's not perfect. That's why I'm not like, I didn't strive for perfection this time, Joanne. So, you know, I don't know if anybody would really want to buy him, but maybe I can put him in the shop. And then, you know, I'll also put him as a decoration that I can use because if he doesn't sell, it's no big deal. Although I'm not sure my daughter really likes him. She says it scares her. And Megan has never said, thank you, Joanne. Megan has never said anything like that to me. But this was like, if you watch the video or go back, this was homework to create a character for fans. I can't remember the name. Drawn to Fantasy, Tony Dieter Lizzie's Facebook page. And I just decided, okay, I'm going to do a little creature. And then somehow this little creature came into being this. So I guess that is, you know, nothing we do is perfect, but I would take, you know, a little bit more time on it to do it. But he's going to be my homework. So I'm hopefully going to get him up on Facebook tomorrow or Saturday when I have a little bit more time to work on him. I have to go out and start shoveling right now a little bit, or cleaning off the car. and getting all warmly dressed. But we've been on for quite some time, 7:30, 8:30, 9:30, 10:30. Oh my gosh, I've been on for 4 hours. I don't think I have ever. That's what people tell me, so I'm just passing it on. Thank you, Joanne. So I've been on for 4 hours. I think it's time for me to go and start doing something productive, like dig out. And hopefully I'll see you next week sometime. My last day of school is the 23rd. And I'm going to be, I don't know when we're making the raviolis, because I don't know when I can go out. And we filled them with Swiss chard and cream cheese and spinach. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to get out and buy the Swiss chard if the roads don't look good. I know I'm going to catch up with Martha. Oh my God, 8-hour videos. This is hard. This is hard, Martha. Yeah, because my backside is sticking to the chair. It's now started to sweat. Are you going live tomorrow? Wonderful. Great, Martha. You haven't been live in a while. That would be wonderful. I might have to go to school tomorrow, either virtual or in person. And that's about it. So I wish that everybody has a wonderful rest of the day. If I do not get to see you or get to talk to you, I hope everybody gets some special, wonderful gift on Christmas. And it doesn't necessarily have to be an actual physical thing. So thanks for everybody coming in. I really appreciate it. We had a great morning. I'm going to make another cup of coffee and get dressed. And until I see you ladies again, have fun creating crazy things or beauty. Bye-bye, guys. Now I got to figure out how to even get my mouse over here to end the stream. Okay, bye-bye.